Chef got the waves. They don't know the truth, so they started. Run up on a nigga, now he blasting. No show, I need a fall for the miners. Only riding with the soldiers in the mighties. Break free, you gon' die like the last thing. We don't get phased by the traffic. We just want fame and a mansion. Money only evil in the last thing. No peace for the beast. So if I gotta fight just to breathe, let it be. My people still caged, not free. Living in the land of greed, so I don't need a reason to bleed. And before I go, I'll leave. A friend of an upper enemy, let me speak. Yeah, I know you ain't real, you a leech. How you say you practice what you preach, and my brother's still dying in the streets. Yeah. If you want smoke, you can have it. Running from the class, A bandit. We gon' use force like your mind did. Ain't a killer, but my niggas stick out. No big passion. When you hear me scream, fuck the system. You can keep it cold, I ain't a victim. And if you ain't involved, keep your distance. I can never kick it with a snitch. The runner said he got his first shipment in. Now we doing chemistry in kitchens. Tell him stay persistent. Hey. Yeah, this is day of the resistance. Cool and vicious. I know you heard me, you ain't listening. I thought he had time, but he didn't. Died in an instant. I'ma be the greatest. Took a L, but we going through some phases, and I was born broke, so this money couldn't change it. Did it on my own, fuck a payslip. Till everybody eating, I ain't made it. They tired of me preaching, but it's ain't shit. Just a bunch of old faces, stuck up in the 80s, ready for the darkest phases. Cause we've been to the darkest places. See the fire in my eyes still blazing. I wish a lamp would try aiming. Just let me speak. Just let me speak, yeah. I'ma get it, yeah. Oh, I'm going through some phases. It's really good. Did it on my own, yeah. Just let me speak. I am the true name.
Just let me speak. If you want smoke, you can have it. Hi. Blessed love, people. Blessed love, blessed love. I don't even know how I'm sitting here. Oh my goodness. So, where do I start? I haven't put anyone up this week. Blessed love, all the moderators. Lioness Keeks, all about the black. Paula, Reba Truth. I don't know if Sister Sean's in here. Maybe we'll see her a little bit later on. Listen, people, when I tell you, okay, when I tell you that I have not slept in 24 hours, I have had no sleep whatsoever. I have not seen my bed since, what are we in now, Friday, since Wednesday night. I have not seen my bed. Why? I've done a few little bits in the week. I've been really, really busy. Some of you may or may not know, but I'm undertaking a master's at the moment, and it's dissertation time. I'm starting to prepare for that. It's really, really intense. And I just locked off everything this week and focused on that, right? I haven't even been at work. So imagine my surprise. And today was a really intense day because that's my uni day on Fridays, right? Today's a really intense day. So I posted something last night of the boy who is responsible for murdering that lovely young girl, right? Now, I have not even been focusing on that. I've not seen one news clip of that thing. I've seen one couple of Instagram posts that were sent to me in the DMs, and I thought, bloody hell, this is terrible. You know, I've heard my daughters talking about it. Everyone's talking about it, but I have not actually gone on to focus on it. That's the first thing, right? So I reposted it quite late. If you check the timeline, you'll see that I was one of the last to repost it in the space, right? Because I was busy. And I run and reposted it when it came back to my mind because I thought, you know what, that little girl deserves a mention. I have to go and do that and make a little 5 minutes to do that within the heavy schedule of what I was doing, right? So that was that. And I've put that post up, no problems, whatever, nothing. So I had a series of very interesting conversations yesterday. All right. And one of those conversations, I'm going to go into the conversation one of those conversations in regard to the visual that was held for this young girl. All right. But before I go there, I was also contacted by an individual who is extremely close to proceedings. All right. She doesn't want me to reveal her source, and with good reason. But let's just say the source that the identification of that young boy came from was as best a sources you could ever get in this situation, in this scenario. Let's just say that. Yeah. Now I'm not aware of what's going on out there in the space. So this person was talking about other things, and then they made me aware that apparently people are posting lots and lots of different profiles and pictures of different people and accusing them, and it's wrong and da da da. And she was saying that the person was saying that that's wrong, but the real individual is out there, and that person has been posted on TikTok and whatever, and that person had also had it confirmed by a reliable source that the young man in my post is the right guy. All right. So that's number one. Number two, by the way. Number three, after that conversation, I was sent a picture following the conversation of this guy. And I looked at him. Remember the conversation? Remember the sources, right? Listen. And I thought, you deserve to go in the Hall of Shame. And that's where I put him. And then I put the phone down and concentrated back on my computer to do my work. That's it. Never looked at my phone again until this evening when I got back from uni, right? That's what happened. So imagine my surprise when I've come in and I've seen 438 comments, a bag of hatred, a bag of foolishness, talking rubbish. Rubbish, as usual, that they do not know. I'm going to put something on Instagram about this. In fact, I'm going to have a live about this, because all I can see coming out of my community is the level of vitriol, even from people. Yeah, I'm not even talking about the trolls. We know what they do, right? But even from people that were previous supporters. How fickle are you so-called supporters out there? How fickle are you? I don't want your support. Get off the page. I think 20 people come off it already. If anyone's been following my team from day one, you will know there was a point where I shut these lives down, totally took out a whole heap of people, went on members only lives for a while, and cleaned out the dross. I don't effing care about numbers. I care about the message. Put up a one if you guys have been long enough around to remember that. Let me see who remembers that. Yeah, I don't care about the numbers. I don't want the dross. And I'm sorry, I don't care how old this boy is or any of those things. He deserves to be in the Hall of Shame. And I am having it on good source. I looked at all the comments this evening when I got in, and I ain't taking it down. And I will put a video up. In fact, moderators, can you not screen record part of this live so I can put it on Instagram later? I ain't taking it down. So on top of that as well, because I saw all of the foolishness going on, right? I went and checked back with a different source who is anchored down in Croydon, born and bred there, got children, all the rest of it, yeah? And I confirmed with them again, no greater link can you get than this. And it is the boy. It is the boy. And the source of the post, which is, I just got sent a screenshot, remember. I'm not on TikTok. So I don't see these things. They get sent to me, either in, what do you call this thing? Screen recording form, right? Blessed love, Ultra, I appreciate it. We appreciate it, sister, or brother. I don't know about these things. They get sent to me. You think I know how to work TikTok? Do me a favor. And I'm far too busy with other things to be sitting down on social media flicking through posts. I look in my DMs and everything I need to know gets sent to me. That's the first thing these people need to understand, right? So anyway, I've made sure that even though the source that originally told me all of this and made me aware that there were fake profiles running around and the real person actually is this person and all the rest of it, even though that person, certified link, Certified source. When I tell you, sir, that source could never be more certified. And I want you to pick sense out of nonsense without me having to say it and reveal the people them source. The most certified you can think, right? So even after that, I still went and double checked back with people on the ground that know. Yeah? And that person asked their youngers who know the little pit of them, all of them, because they're youngers and they all live in the same area. Yeah? Asked those youngers, and those youngers confirmed, yes, that is him. And guess what? His sister, the child's sister, the deceased little girl's sister, is the one who's been putting it out in the first place. She's got a whole video that got taken down, and then they asked her to repost it while I was on the phone, and it was reposted. And I've got the recording, the screen recording. So you see all of the little... I'm fasting, you know. I'm fasting. I don't even want to cuss bad word tonight. Alkalive be, you know. You know about the thing. I'm fasting, sister. I don't want to cuss these people tonight, you know, with their covetousness and their total envy. I'm not saying everyone envies me, but there's a good amount in there that do, and we all know who's leading that charge right now. Yeah, Hungry Belly is leading that charge with the holy fake profiles, liking her own posts, a bag of foolishness, and just doing way too much. Way too much. But you know when they got that saying in Jamaica, my mother and father always used to say it to me, fire their must tail and them think a cool breeze. Carry on, the whole of you, just doing the most. We get the regular trolling. People have their say. It's on social media. I don't bloody care. I have a little banter and a chat with them. Sometimes I let them on to chat their rubbish, and then I kick them off again. Whatever. When I turn that button off, I get back to my life. Yeah? Which is very eventful, might I add. So, in a good way. So, I ain't bothered about all of that. But you see, when you're doing too much, you see, when you're doing too much and your ears is hard, and nobody never really trouble you, you could never stand on the side of righteousness, ever. So it's cool. Fire there must tell them think a cool breeze. Let them go on. That aside, let's get back to the post. The way these people wanted to try and drag me 438 comments, you know, I said, wow. And they don't even know. How do they know? How do you people know that what you're saying is right? There's one you on TikTok, because I've caught up with it now. Yeah, I've caught up with it. And to be honest, had I been in the comments earlier on, I still wouldn't have taken it down, actually. But the truth of the matter is I haven't even responded, if you look, all day. Apart from one comment I left at about 5 o'clock or somewhere thereabouts. Yeah? I haven't responded. Why? Because I've been busy securing up me and baby Afua's future. Yeah? You think I'm staying here for the next wave of COVID? No, I'm not. Yeah? I'm not. So I've been busy. That's why you people haven't heard from me. Yeah? Let's get to the video, people, which the little sister's sister, blood sister, is the one who is putting it out. And it includes a tribute. It includes a tribute, which I was also sent by a source, just as a text form. But this includes that tribute, because obviously all these little kids are friends. And the tribute is so heartbreaking. The tribute is from the friend whose boyfriend it was. That's who the tribute is from. Oh God. I mean, listen, when I viewed the thing and caught up with everything now, all I can see is Baby Miracle. Tears come to my eyes. All I can see is Baby Miracle. What a beautiful young girl. And I can't even imagine. It doesn't bear thinking about what her mum and her parents and her family are going through. We're mothers out here and grandmothers. Can you imagine? I don't think I could hold my peace. I don't think I could. Yes, 17 is classed as an adult, Barbara Fairclough. Thank you, in the eyes of the law. This is what I'm saying. He's not a child. So when they come in with all this rhetoric about you're going to damage the case, hold on. A name and a picture. Since when does a name and a picture damage a case? How many people have we seen? Yeah. How many people have we seen in the newspaper where that has happened? And it doesn't damage their case. You know why? I wasn't there. I don't know what color clothes he was wearing. I don't know what type of weapon he used. I don't know the shape of the weapon. I don't know the angle at which he used this weapon. I don't know anything. It's just a picture. That's all it is. Tell me and I'll put the link out later. If there's any legal experts here, tell me the various ways that this can damage a case. Even the police will tell you, we put out a blanket thing saying that because we can't legislate for what people are actually going to say. It depends on the case and it depends on the evidence. Standard. But because our people are a people that are lacking education, and I'm not saying that to be facetious against my own people, it is true. We lack so much education and know-how in certain areas and certain realms. We just follow all the crowd and chat a bag of foolishness. I haven't done anything wrong. And that post is staying up. You understand? At least until I get credible evidence that tells me different. Half of the people that saying that it's not him and that there's another guy posting a post saying it's not him, have they even seen that post? The guy looks nothing like him that's saying it's not him. Why are they jumping on my thing talking about this? All right, done. Sometimes I despair. Yeah? Sometimes I despair. And this is why, don't take it from my mouth. Take it from the mouth of people like Khalid Muhammad, people, greats, forefathers, founding fathers, like Marcus Messiah Garvey. Because what did Marcus say to us? You race of cowards, you race of imbeciles. It's exactly what we bloody are. A race of cowards and imbeciles. We are. So clearly I'm including myself in this because my people is my people. But Lord God, I despair at us sometimes. Here we are, trying to clean up the thing, trying to do a little thing. And the amount of hatred, yeah? Right now, I'm focused on what I'm focused on, yeah? And my zen, yeah, and my threshold is always going to be zen. But right now, I feel like I'm in the middle of this sort of vacuum where everything is just peaceful and purposeful and as it is supposed to be. And I've just got this massive tornado whirling around me trying to get in. It no work. You can't disturb my peace. It's a mild annoyance, if anything, which I might rant about on a Friday. But let me tell you, as God is my witness and my children are here and my grandchildren, when I turn that button off, I get back to my life. The rest of you people are sitting down there, preying me, making up all kind of fake accounts, running around doing the most. What does that say about you? I think you're a thoroughly unsavory people. But when I turn the thing off on a Friday, yeah, I let it go. What's the matter with these people? Let's get to the video, people, because I need you to see this. Then you make up your minds. I'd like people to come on and tell me why it is that sisters have to be going through this. Because I'll tell you one thing, when the men make these mistakes, people don't drag them quite as much, male and female. There is something about that. You know, even the statistics bear out. Females with counterpart crimes get higher sentences than men. What's that about? What is this? We need to unpack this conditioning that we're all suffering from, male and female. If I can even say that anymore, because apparently there's loads of them now. Not male and female again. Right, where's this video? I despair, man. You know how much, every minute when we're supposed to be doing the work, we're focusing on this fuckery. Don't like it, don't deal with it. If it don't affect you and these issues don't affect you, jump off. What's with the tongue licking? Do you understand what I'm saying? And enough of those people prove that it's I'm lying. If that's the case, then let's have it both ways. Chat shit. Yeah. Afua's supposed to be a Christian and she cusses bad word. You better know it. Stay there with your Eurocentricized version of Christianity. You will perish with it when the trumpet sounds. You don't know a revival is coming. Honestly. Unwoke. Right, here we go. Right. I think this is it. Yeah. I think it is. Oh dear. Have I not uploaded it? 1 second, people. Let me see what this is. Oh shit, I don't think that's the right video. Give me a moment. I'm going to show you the video in a minute. And while I'm filling that gap, let me, that's weird. Let me bring sister on from last week. She's waiting in the background. She's been there a while. We need to deal with Gwenton as well because, my God. This is why I didn't put up any faces this week. I got enough trolls and mad people after me to do a whole live on it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, sis, let me bring you back on while I'm trying to find this video clip. I don't want to show the wrong one. So I don't. Yeah, I think that's the wrong one still. Yeah, it is. Um, Blessed love, my sister. Blessed love.
Hi,
How you doing, sis? You
I'm
good?
good, thank you.
All right. So, my sister, what's been going on in the last 7 days since we last spoke?
Well, I just wanted to clarify that I approached Gwenton in the first place, and his comments about the whole situation was quite feeble. It wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
But, I wasn't, I can't tell him, how to respond to what I told him. It was kind of like a joke. And then now he's trying to make it seem like it's my fault and I'm being dishonest and misleading people, but there's nothing to mislead. His opinion can't change regardless of whether I went to the police or not.
Mm.
So I think he's holding on to that. But at the end of the day, if your response wasn't good enough and people can see that it wasn't good enough, with the position that you're in, with the platform that you have, then that's just the people's opinion. He needs to accept that and not like kind of deflect and blame me, you, anyone. He needs to just G check his cousin, and if he's not your cousin, then you already claimed him. So
Well, we're going to look
it's
at that in a minute. Um, I was just struck, yeah, at his vibe, like the whole thing. I'm going to get into it. I'm really going to get into it because it wasn't even necessary to talk about the man again this week. But you
no.
see the way he's been doing the most as well. I'm like, whoa, whoa. I had conversations with my children about it as well. It's like, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that in a second. Tell us a little bit about because he was texting you while you were on the live, right?
Yeah, it was just
What
it
was the
was
nature of those texts? I'm not going to show those tonight, but
he
what
he
was the
was saying he was just saying that I was dishonest and you know I'm deliberately doing things to mislead people, but I still am confused about what was misleading and what was
nature?
dishonest, because I didn't lie about anything about his cousin and what I told him.
Hmm.
And again, me going to the police, even if I did not tell him at that instance and he found out when this whole live came up last week, again, that's got nothing to do with his opinion about the situation.
Look, the way I see it, yes, is in relation to all of that. This man is trying to act as if you're some sort of client. He
Mm,
went into a whole rant, which I'm going to show in a minute. I don't
mm,
mind if these people get views. I don't care. Um, he goes into a whole rant about safeguarding, and everything about his speech just says to me, "Coon." The type of coon that I love in corporate spaces to absolutely wipe the floor with. What are you talking about? Safeguarding, and are we at work? And I used to say that to his mentor, my ex. I used to say to me, "You at work? Switch off.
mm,
Bust your trousers front and fart." You know? I'm sick of these Negroes, my sister. I really, really am. I'm sick of them.
yeah.
What do you mean? And we got the worst of it over here. We really have. Everybody's pontificating and up their own bums. I can't deal with it. I'm eclectic. I'm dynamic. I'm a chameleon. I can step into any zone. I can go and do community work in a crack house and have everybody's attention. And I can still walk up into number 10 and do the same thing. That's why they don't like me, sis. Because they only know how to brown nose up the other end, because that's their aspirations. I can hold any of your positions out here right now in this sector. Foolishness. Ask your this man needs to ask his mentor about me. Yeah. And one of the things that he says that he regrets about me is that I never followed him on that path. But I didn't want it. I don't want your titles. I even had a poem about that, I think. I don't want it.
Um, I don't know. I really don't understand what Gwenton's on about. Nobody lied about anything. Me contacting him and telling him what his cousin did has nothing to do with the court proceedings.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's saying that in the comments, stop your lies. Nobody's lying. Yes, he was always on a case, but I still reached out to you, Gwenton, and told you what your cousin was doing. There's nothing wrong with that. That I don't know.
Look,
Everybody's here. Everybody, I want you to know this. He always had court proceedings from months ago, but I still reached out to you, Gwenton, to tell you what was happening. Like it's you still, it's like you're proper hellbent on that fact. It don't change anything.
If a sister approaches you about someone in their family, right? About somebody in their family, and this level as well, for me, the violence, do you know what I mean? And you're a female and you're approaching the man's older or whatever he is. If he's not older, then he's looked up to as an older, right? And you go to that brother and that brother handles you up like you're just some distant client. That's not cool. And that's all that we were saying. That's not cool. It's not how you handle it. The sister's moving to the man as an uncle levels. Or does this man have no concept of community? I don't understand. Or maybe tradition. I don't understand. You know, I don't understand what the big problem is. And then to go in the way that he's been going in, and he's been going in, right? You're just digging up more problems for yourself, because at the end of the day, that would have been it, done and dusted. You could have hit up sister or even me privately. I would have probably edited out if we had an understanding and said, all right, I'll get you now and whatever, and kept it moving. It wasn't about you, but you made it about you, Gwenton.
This is it. And then when when he messaged me and said, oh, you know, I spoke to my cousin and he said that he was jealous and you had male friends and that's why he done what he did. It's here nor by. And when I replied to him, I sent him my number. He did not call me. At that point, he still didn't know about the police until the live came on last week. Again, it doesn't correlate. It doesn't matter. It's still your opinion matters about the whole situation. You did not have much to say about it. You know, it's like you took
a week there was to plenty to say, really, wasn't there, sis? But we're going to show that in a second, because I only showed one part of it last week. I weren't going to show the rest, but here we are.
This is wait. You're saying ask her how the boy is my cousin. You know,
no, sis. I'm going to show that in a minute.
You messaged me that
I'm
he's
going
your cousin.
to show that in a minute. What I want to do first is let's just all buckle up, because let's just see all the stuff that this man has put up about me in the last however days, because it really isn't necessary. And he seems to want to make some sort of series out of it. It's just pathetic. It's just, I'm not used to this type of feminine energy from brothers. I really am not. This is giving me bitch vibes, and I'm not used to that from big hardback man. I'm just not. I don't know anybody in my real life that acts like that. I really don't. He's talking about he's disappointed. I'm very disappointed, because these are older men that are coming up into their statesmanship. And if this is the example that our black boys have in how to deal with things emotionally, then I'm really very terrified, sis. I really am.
Yeah, I'm just confused about why, you know, he even messaged me like that afterwards. I sent him my number. He did not call me. So I don't really think he was bothered. Now it's blown up like this. Now you're calling people liars. No one lied.
Nobody's lying.
Nobody lied.
Right, what was the untruth when we were just talking about what his reaction was in the text? I don't understand what the lie is.
This is it. The messages are the messages. You responded how you responded. You said that it looks like EastEnders. Well, you know, not very helpful, but okay. It's like you're saying that I should prove how he's your cousin. I messaged you. You said I can only apologize because that's my blood. So nobody wrote that for you. So you're claiming him. Now he's not your cousin. So now you need I don't know, backtrack. Say that you told me that he was out of respect. But now, you know, what am I supposed to do about that? If I messaged you and you said, well, sorry, I can't help you, we're not related, fair enough. But it didn't go that way.
Absolutely. But the thing is like, even if it was or wasn't your cousin, you're clearly close to the man. It doesn't matter if he's blood. This is what I'm saying with these people. They want to jump on one thing and, you know, capitalize on community traumas, community, whatever, and claim it. But are they really about it? Because there's no way that I can see a young girl be with any member of my family, be going through that, and I would be so nonchalant. What's all that about?
It's like he wrote, you've got your kids to live for. You're stating the obvious, but you're saying this to me like as if to say I am, you know, abusing him as well. I'm the victim and you're telling me that.
That's not acceptable in my books. It's really not.
And to even it's a silly move, because why would you even message me whilst I'm on the live and be upset about the way you responded? His response has caused all of this to happen, because if you responded
Absolutely.
properly, nobody would be getting onto you. He should have been like, right, I'm going to
That's
call him up now. I'm going to hot him. I'm going to do this and that. Because if I was a man and this happened to me, I would do something to my cousin.
As a man, yeah, but we're not
As a
advocating for
man.
that.
As
I
a
hear
man.
that. I hear it, and most men will say the same thing, but
Well,
I'm not
it's like
advocating
the
for
Mega
that.
Man thing. You G check. Why are people not
Yeah, you
G
do check, but
checking?
that doesn't have to involve violence to the person, but they need to be told in no uncertain terms. Do you know what I mean? And also disconnected, you know? That should be happening across the community, sis.
I don't know. I just think that Gwenton is
Well, he's very immature.
he's focusing on the wrong things that are actually don't they're irrelevant. It's really about his comments and about what he actually did and how he responded in this whole situation, and it just wasn't good enough, and he needs to take accountability for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because saying that you spoke to him last week and then you're giving me back that feedback telling me, oh, it's because I had male friends and he was jealous, to even just, you know, give that back to me, that's just not helpful.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. That's unacceptable, actually, because what that does is it apportions blame to the situation, and to describe it like what everybody makes mistakes. I mean, he didn't forget his wallet down the shops.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Outrageous.
No, you're physically abusing me, you know, in the relationship in front of my kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a whole different level. It's, you know, yeah, it's just too blasé.
It is, sis. It is. Sorry, I'm
But
still trying to get this video downloaded. It won't download while you're talking, my sister.
it's just too much. And then, you know, the messages that he's sending to me and the feedback he's given to you, he's got a lot more emotion
It's all got a
than
bit
the
out of
actual
hand here.
situation.
And I'm not even talking about his C rate mini documentaries. I'm not even talking about that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's like I really don't know why he's still coming with this lying narrative. What
Mm-hmm.
have I lied about?
So he's actually called you a liar. That's what. While you were on the live, sharing your experience, which is never an easy thing. This man was on your text or whatever, calling you a liar.
A liar about what? What did I lie
I'm
about?
asking you, is that what happens in the text while you were on the live?
No, he remember he DM'd me and he said that I'm being very dishonest and that I'm misleading the people, because he is saying he did not know about the court proceedings. It's got nothing to do with what I told him.
Absolutely. There was no mention of court proceedings at that time, right?
Nope, I didn't say anything about that. I just told him about what his cousin was up to with
Mm-hmm.
me, and
Mm-hmm.
that's it. I just
Mm-hmm.
wanted him to know, because courts and all of that is completely different to letting a family member know about what is happening, because even with Claire's law, you can personally find out what your partner or your ex-partner has done, but you can't disclose it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you know, he wouldn't say, he would not tell his family what he's doing. So I wanted to tell him.
Right, right. Well, we've got inside information. You know that we've got ears everywhere. And we're very aware of his past offences. We're very aware of his past offences, sis. You know, they're unbelievable, to be fair. They're just short of Dylan Duffus, really. From what I've seen, they're just short of Dylan Duffus.
Yep.
All right, listen. Let me try and show this video. I think I might have got the right one, sis. And then I'm going to take a look at Quentin's little performances, hopefully. Let's see what happens. All right, stay with me, sis. That is posted by the sister, yeah, of the little girl who was tragically murdered in Croydon, her own blood sister, same mother, same father. I'm going to put it up. I'm not going to put it up, actually, on Insta. They're going to have to watch this live if they want to see it. But I'm certainly going to be talking about it at some point. Maybe not tomorrow, but at some point. Tomorrow is actually my middle daughter's graduation dinner. So I'll be locking off again. Yeah. What say you? Are they on this live tonight? I'm sure they're here somewhere. What say you? And I hear that the little rat boy who rides around on the tricycle thing, is doing a whole live about it over on this channel at the moment. He doesn't often go live at the same time as me on a Friday. It's all pathetic, you know. But like I say to all of them, obsession and even hatred, negative obsession, which is usually hatred, it's all flattery to me. I don't know what they think they're going to achieve. They put up all these stupid clothes. Like I said, they got one with the pimp. I showed my daughters. We were on the floor cracking up because that's our sense of humour in my family. It's the kind of thing that we would tease each other with, you know? We've got that kind of sense of humour in my family. So I'm cracking up. Even when they had the one of the giraffe, I was on the floor with that one. Brilliant. Very creative. But I don't know what they hope to achieve with all of this. I don't really hope to achieve. I really don't. It's a bag of foolishness. But you see, if it starts to encroach on the safety of my baby Afua, I'm a Judah, you know. I am a Judah. I'm a July girl. I'm a lioness. And we all know what they do if you mess up with their brood. So I just invite these people to keep making it get closer. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Make them feel the lion paw. Yeah? Let them feel the lion paw. Right, let's just get into it then. So I'm going to show you two pieces because there's two pieces up there. And that was all done about me on the back of, I think we all saw the one on Instagram that I kind of woke up to on Saturday morning. And when that's through, I'm going to show you the interaction that I woke up to on Saturday morning as well. All right. So bear with. It's all running a bit slow tonight, people. Let me try and get this on a different device. Hold on. Yeah, everything's running slow today. You all right, sis? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, just try and get this up. I'm so tired, I can barely keep myself up. Honestly,
I know.
literally bleached it out. Honestly, crazy. It's how it goes. Yeah, I'm all organic tonight, sis.
Okay.
Mhm. But you're doing well. And just while I'm setting this up, talk about the safeguarding aspect of it, because we're going to go and see the idiocy in a minute of this stupidness, this post, right?
When I came to you, sis, the first things that you asked me was safeguarding questions.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even about, going on a live and stuff like that. You were
Right.
just giving me advice and counseling me
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, because you was even off. You picked up the story when you was even off. You
That's right,
wasn't
my sister.
even need to.
It
You
reminded me of that. Yeah.
you was just like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm not gonna, do anything now. I'm off. But you still made yourself open, and you still communicated me. You still communicated with me throughout, you
Mm-hmm.
know, your holiday, and you didn't have to do that. You did it because you cared.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no exploitation. It was nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
I approached you, and you asked me so many questions about how I'm feeling and just everything. And, you offered me support.
That's right. I did, sis. And I do that with everybody. Takes a
Yep.
lot of time sometimes, does. And I do remember as well saying to you, "Are you safe? Do you need us to organise a safe space for you?" Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you told, what did you say to me?
Yeah, I said at this moment in time I'm fine. I've got my family there supporting me. And
There you
but you definitely asked, the supportive safeguarding questions,
hmm
before you even moved on. It wasn't the exposure and the name and shame. That was not the important part of it.
And
It's
did
never
did I
been.
suggest to you that you should come on a live, or did I give you options?
No, you gave me options and you said that we can, what would you specifically said, what would you like to do? What do you want?
Thank you, sister. And your experience is absolutely typical of the way that we operate on this channel. I don't want to hear it from any of you after this. Don't make me or this sister or others have to keep repeat ourselves. It's a joke now. It's a joke. Like all of the lying and the trolling, it has to stop. You understand me? And if it don't stop, it's gonna get, it's gonna get intense for all concerned, including myself. Let's just call it
Yeah.
that.
I do feel that Quentin needs to, have his say on here. And
No, I will let Gwenton on when we finish presenting. You know how it goes on here, sis. We put on the link at the end. That's how it goes.
yeah,
I just caught him in the comments saying that he wants to come on. That's fine. After we finish presenting. We've never had a issue
definitely.
with anyone coming on. As long as you can be respectful. But anyway, so that's what your experience was. But let's look at what Gwenton's saying and then we'll unpick it, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Welcome to the Gwen Show. Today we're live, direct, and raw. And why we raw? Because today we're going to be talking about a serious topic of safeguarding and what it means to different people in different levels. Me, safeguarding is always about making sure you're safe, the people you're working with safe, and the whole community as a whole. I understand that some of us in the community have never had any training or guidance in safeguarding. Some of us might pretend to be lawyers, doctors, therapists, and even bus drivers. But when the truth comes out, a lot of people are faking it till they're making it. and some of them might never make it. So let me give you some examples of what I mean by safeguarding.
Let me just take this call, people. It might be significant. All right, sis, we got you back. Yeah, I was saying, if you can just tell us, like, at what point the violence started and then lead us up to where we are now with the incident that has taken place.
If someone calls you and says to you, someone's pressuring me to do something, what are the steps do you take? You first make sure wherever you're meeting that person is safe for you and that person to meet. The second thing you make sure is that you are not going to be compromised by keeping secrets, or you're not going to be exploiting someone for your own gain. And what do we mean by exploiting someone? Where you bring them on camera showing how you're helping someone, asking them for a donation as you're helping someone. That is exploiting the person, leaving them at more risk than they were before you met them. That is exploiting someone, not contacting the local authority and informing the local authority of the risk to said individuals, and just going about your business once you have took everything out of that person that you needed. You might be wondering, Quentin, what you're talking about. We're going to talk about things like this. You help someone that is in need of food, or they might be homeless, and then you photograph the person without covering their face. Somebody comes to you and tell you that they've been raped or attacked. What do? You call the police. You make sure that person is safe. If they've been attacked, you call the DV Marek. They will then take over the case from you because you are not trained as a specialist in that area. A lot of people in the community have got the best will in the world, lovely hearts, and they want to help, but they don't know how to be safe. And we continue to see things on social media where victims are being exploited because people want to get cash apps, PayPals, and donations. That's not putting the victim first. Have you made sure that they're safe? Are they able to return to the property after your interview? Is the perpetrator now aware of what the victim said? And these are the dangerous practices that we're talking about. And if somebody's connected to the perpetrator, such as their family, their children, you don't go posting their address online to get them killed. And I'm going to repeat that. You do not become a vigilante and start posting people's addresses online. You don't know who's in that house. They could have a grandma in the house that's not aware of what has happened. And then someone goes and they burn the house down. Someone's grandma's now been murdered because you wanted to be a vigilante. I understand sometimes when we're in a group and we're on social media and we think we've got a movement and we think we're doing the right thing. Sometimes we need to stop and slow down and check with the authorities that we are also not breaking the law. We are also not putting other people at risk. And we are also not liable for defamation of character and also an arrest.
We're going to have a sister coming on who is going to tell her story about this individual. His name is O'Keefe Owens. Let me just see if I can get the mugshot. Where are you? His name is O'Keefe Owens. All right. And he is an individual that has been accused and charged, might I add, with a GBH on his partner. Quite nasty.
So let's think about this as a scenario, for example, because I've seen this happening week after week, where people are being exploited by individuals that self-appointed themselves as community leaders.
I only became aware in the last hour or so that this individual is actually connected by way of someone else, which we're going to get into later on. But he's connected to my ex-husband, Viv Amun. Well. Isn't that interesting? His time is up, family, if you cast your minds back long enough to when I told my story. But anyway, we'll get into the meat and potatoes of that.
A lot of people on social media have come online to recreate themselves because they want to cover up their dirty past. A lot of them have got dark secrets in closets, but they're using social media to become famous and rich and pay their rent. So if someone comes to you as a victim of an assault, let's say, what's the correct procedure? The first thing you ask, are you safe in your property? Are your children safe in your property? Does the perpetrator know where you live? What are the next steps you take? Have you called the police? What have the police done about it? If the police have arrested and charged and there's court proceedings, there's nothing else for you to do but to support that person in private. You don't then bring the person online, exposing their identity, and then inviting the perpetrator. Yes, I said it, people. Inviting the perpetrator online with the victim. Could you believe that?
Because the way how she said all these things, yeah, they want to see if I'm gonna fuck with her again. Right. No matter. So you haven't? Have you been charged with anything? Miss, this girl go to them and told them that try chop off her head. Madam, I wouldn't chop off a woman's head.
This is as dangerous as it gets. So now the perpetrator knows the victim's talking about them. The perpetrator gets more angry and more dangerous, and you turn your camera off and go to bed. This person's now at more risk. You've now aggravated the perpetrator, and you've also breached the court order because it says in the while that the court proceedings are going on, you are not allowed to contact directly or indirectly, and we're talking about social media or other forms, or ringing your friend to call somebody to pass a message. You are not allowed to do that. Let the police and the courts do their job. What are you doing extra by inviting a victim online? Exploitation. It's as simple as that. Because you've left them at more risk after the live than before the live.
Yes, blessed love family, it's that time of the week again. Blessed love, how are you? I hope everybody's had a really amazing week. It's been a very positive week from our end. There's loads going on in the background which you're going to hear about moving forward. You know, there's lots of really positive advancements, let's just call it that, shall we, that you guys are going to hear about going forward. I hope everybody's well. Blessed love, all of the mods. You done know, Rima Truth, all about the black, Paula, Lioness Keeks, everybody's in the room. Not sure if Sister Shani's here. I know she's probably playing out tonight. It's so good to be back again here on a Friday. Do you know what was great about taking a break though is the fact that you come back fresh, you know? There's been lots going on in the space this week. I'm not really going to go into like, you know, I was jumping on some lives and stuff like that. We know that Mega had a live and there was a huge discussion in the space over the last week and whatever. And there are some, you know, there are aspects of that we can talk about. And there's been other stuff going on as well. Do you guys remember that song? Some gal are hyper for me, I mean, and they're not ready yet. They say them are hyper for me and they're not ready yet. Yeah, I think that's how the lyric goes anyway. My DJing days are a bit rusty. Yeah, man, enough gal are hyper for me and they're not ready yet. That's what's going on, my brothers and sisters. But less said about that because it really is very inconsequential. You know, we always get the passer on the Instagram. You know, that's where the dross is at the end of the day. But tonight we're going to feature a brother. He's been up on the gram. not that well known because, according to, contrary to popular belief, we don't just feature well-known people like Dylan Duffus and whoever else. That's not the way it goes here. It's the stories that we get from women that we investigate, and those are the stories that we have. So this person, incidentally, it's an interesting story because it's been sort of unfolding as we go along, and this week it's kind of escalated in terms of unfolding. But I only became aware in the last hour or so that this individual is actually connected by way of someone else, which we're going to get into later on. But he's connected to my ex-husband, Viv Amun. Well. Isn't that interesting? His time is up, family, if you cast your minds back long enough to when I told my story. But anyway, we'll get into the meat and potatoes of that. We're going to have a sister coming on who is going to tell her story about this individual. His name is O'Keefe Owens. Let me just see if I can get the mugshot. Where are you? His name is O'Keefe Owens. All right. And he is an individual that has been accused and charged, might I add, the listeners, the viewers, through how it is that you met this individual. Just give us a little bit of background, at your will, whatever you feel comfortable to talk about. But don't go into too much detail that might jeopardize the case, because there is a case, isn't there, sis, upcoming?
Yes, definitely. He's got a lot of charges.
Right.
Multiple.
Okay, so just give us a bit of background. Tell us how, you guys got into being in the same orbit. I'm going to turn my camera off for a hot minute, but I'm here with you. I can hear you. Okay?
This is as dangerous as it gets. So now the perpetrator knows the victim's talking about them. But they still go ahead and accuse people, knowing that by posting people online, the only thing you're doing is causing more risk, more alarm, more panic, more families in danger. What is the agenda? I wonder.
So this is him here. He says, look, sister, you have something all wrong. I am telling you, before the women in my family, I hope I've got this in the right order, before the women in my family see you, yes, we know you. I did support you, but running with one side thing and putting me pick up with empty name, I think that's supposed to be my name, thanks. But people want problem. Okay, here it is to them. It and you as well. Me plus family out looking for you, just to let you know. If not, when we meet, just know that they are not going to talk. Just takes this opportunity anyway. You want okay here. I think he could be dyslexic because it's really hard to understand. But hold on, where's the rest of it? And then he goes on to say, and Friday, that the only thing I asked, there is two sides, everything. I have had advice. Okay, so this is not the one I wanted. Okay. It's all in crazy orders at the moment, people. Let's see this. So he says something about
In that property, they would have all died. To those people in the community, that difference is, then pick up the video and start posting the video online. To them, they were doing justice. Find these young people now. What is the dangers of doing that? These are 16-year-old young boys. By doing that, they posted the young boy's address online. Not going to give out the details, but me and my team went in that night and we moved the family out 4 in the morning. 2 days after, that property was burnt down to the ground. We need to report to the police and allow the court system to do its job. Jungle justice, vigilante work only puts people's lives at risk and endangers victims.
This man's hasty little comment and trying to intimidate me with Mr. With Amun. Do you know what I mean? I was thinking, Gwenton, but I wasn't really chucking with it. Now, you say to him, unfortunately, I have to tell you that Akiv is not doing well. Akiv is Amun, isn't it?
Kill the whole house. Who cares? Kill the children, kill the grandma, kill the cats, kill everyone. Here's their address. Do as you please.
Yeah, amen. Yeah.
Amen. Sorry, Amen.
Mhm.
But Amen is his Hebrew Israelite name. His real name is O'Keefe Owens.
You know what? I know you've been wondering what I've been talking about. Let's have a look at this video and then you decide if I'm wrong. Remember, my case is there's a live court case going on. The police already involved. There's already been a charge. What more are you meant to do? Now you have a view and tell me if this was about the victim or about the host who wants to be famous. Look at the bottom of the screen. Go fund me. Don't be fooled.
Put up a one if you guys can hear me. Are you okay, sis? My sister.
I am here. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing. I got a headache. I have been laughing all through this.
I'm completely quiet. Let me just give Krista
Can-
a call on the line.
Can you hear me?
Not sure what's happened there. Hello?
Can you hear me?
That is weird. Sis, let me just give sister a call. Oh my God. You can't hear nothing. You heard both of you. Okay. No, listen, I was trying to use that time to try and upload, but you know what? There's so much stuff on my thing. I've had to delete and do whatever. But I've got some of these other messages. Did I end up putting one up there? Oh wow, look at that.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me, sis?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just
I
laughing
think I'm
because
still
that
sharing.
video.
Yeah. What's going on here? Can everyone hear me? Can you hear me, sis?
I can hear you.
I've stopped sharing, but it's still running. How do I fix it, people? I don't know how. I've stopped sharing the screen, but it's still running. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is terrible, man. Oh, that's gone. Right, are we back? Sorry it was a bit long, guys, but I needed to try and find the time to do what I was doing, right? I just say it goes sometimes. Why? Yeah. I say it goes sometimes. Right, let me try and get this off the screen now. Bit of technical hitches. You know what? It's because I'm tired. Actually, because I'm tired. It really is. I'm just so listless today, honestly. I don't know how to get this off the screen. How did that get there? Oh, that's how it got there. Right. We're back on track, sis. I'm so sorry about that. And I'm sorry, guys. I am mad tired. You know when you haven't slept to the point where you... 1 minute, people. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah. Let's have a session on your drug dealing past. Don't worry, Just Ice. You can hear me talk about that with James English. And I'm not a drug dealer, actually. So you'll hear the full story then. And if you bother to push your lives back, whether it's here, whether it's on Instagram, if you go back far enough, you will hear me talking about it about 2-3 years ago. All right? That's that. I am not a drug dealer. Despite what Hungry Belly says and all the other trolls, I'm not a drug dealer. And if I was, I'd say I was, because I'd be proud of whatever I do. How about that? Oh, honestly, these people. And Gwenton actually, sis, is driving the same narrative, isn't he? He's driving the same old nasty narrative, which we'll talk about in a minute. But let's look at the messages. Let's look at the full thread, sis.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what order this is in. I literally was trying to do that while he was talking and it was jarring me. I only wanted to show a few clips of that. But I needed to upload like 12 different whatever and clear space. So I'm sorry it took so long, guys. I know you're probably screaming in the comments. I couldn't even see you. Let's have a look. Now, I don't know what order they're in because I've not been able to do that and line them up. So I'm going to try to get them in the order that I think they come. And I can't see them until they go on the screen properly. So bear with, because we need to see the thread. I wasn't going to show the whole thread. I just showed that one little bit last week to illustrate the point. And I explained last week why I even bothered to illustrate the point, right? Let's look at the whole thread. You people tell me. Tell me now. Right. Mute up for me, sis. Right, I don't know which one's which first. Okay, so that's not the first one, or is it? Yeah, I think that is the first one, actually. So these were Instagram DMs between you and Gwenton, weren't they, sis? Oh, no. That isn't the first one. Not at all. Right, let me start from the top. Everything will fall into place, people. Just bear with. I need to make these things snappier. Problem is you can't see it. It's so tiny when you're choosing it. And it's not until it gets on the screen that you can see which one's which. I think the bottom ones might be you. Or maybe we'll just have to show some like cross sections, sis, if I can't see everything. Right, I'm trying to get to the first one. Where, no, that's not the first one. That's not the first one, or is it? Nope. That's not the first one. Right, but I want to show them in order, but it is what it is today, people. I just ain't had the time to queue up the live. So basically, the messages start with you, which I showed last week, I think, anyway, when you said to him, look, I need to tell you that your cousin is a maniac, basically. Right, sis? That's where it starts. All right.
1 second. I'm just...
Yeah.
That's the response that I gave him when he told me that he spoke to him. And he said, oh, you got your kids to live for, everyone makes mistakes. And the reason why he did it was because I have male friends and he was jealous. And then that's when I came with all of that. And then I sent him my number. But he never called me.
Absolutely. So we know where it started. It started with this message, isn't it? Where you're telling him what you need to tell him about this guy. And he says, sorry to hear that. I'm here if you need anything.
Yeah.
Right? Let me try and look in the actual phone because I can see the order of it then. And then I can probably try to guide people through it. It's all a bit rushed. So that's where it starts. We know about that because we showed that last week, right? That's what's caused all this kerfuffle. Right?
Yeah.
All right. Because we need to break these things down. I'm going to break down Gwenton's stupid live in a minute or whatever that was. Because half of it... do you remember anyone posting anybody's address online? Because I don't.
I didn't see nothing like that.
Okay. This man has been trying to spin a rhetoric all week. He's been trying to spin a narrative all week. And he thinks he's smart. We'll talk about that in a second, Brenton, because I don't think you're very clever at all. Right, so you start by saying my name. That's the bit at the top that we can't see. My name is Becky. I met you with O'Keefe, your cousin. We tried to go party, but we was late, right? And it says, unfortunately, I have to tell you that O'Keefe is not doing well. He was beating me for a long time and chopped my hand with a machete. I left him, but I just wanted to know what your cousin was doing to me. I just want you to know what your cousin was doing to me, because I'm sure, sorry, my phone screen's mashed. I can't even see properly. I just wanted you to know what your cousin is doing to me, because I'm sure he wouldn't tell no one of it. And on it goes, right? Then he makes his response. So we're used to that one. Good. Then there's more sort of interaction, isn't there, along the way? Let's have a look at this one. What does this one say? It's his reaction while you're saying that, isn't it? I mean, some of his reactions, I'm going to have to skip through them, sis, because I can't even see. People can see that we've got these messages. That's what I need people to see. It's the same messages that I'm about to read to you. And I'll try and flick through them as I'm reading, but I don't think I'm going to get it right. So that's how it starts. He says, sorry to hear that. I'm here if you need me. Then he goes on to say, this is all on Instagram. I didn't know you say really, really bad, Gwenton. And I'm sort of reading that you're trying to sort of press it home to him now. You know, whether that's unconscious or conscious, I don't know if you were picking up on the nonchalance at that point. While you're saying really, really bad, Gwenton. Honestly, thanks for that. I couldn't take it anymore. So many times in front of my children, my kids, it was madness. He wanted me to keep quiet, but I couldn't anymore. And he says, I didn't know you had children. Is it just me? Is there an emotional disconnect with this man, or is it just me?
It's
crazy.
I guess he was trying to act bothered, but he wasn't really bothered.
So it goes on to say, so many times in front of my kids, blah, 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 blah. He says, I didn't know you have kids. You've said that it's really, really bad. You've said that you couldn't take it anymore. You've said that there were so many times in front of your children that this happened. And he says, I didn't know you had kids. Wow. You say, I guess he didn't tell you, but then again, he probably wouldn't have said anything about you, because he was just using your name to say that you were taking him up country around Christmas. You then say, Benton then says, I run my own business. I don't do any of that sort of stuff, with a laughy face. And then you say, honestly, your cousin lies about everything. I don't even think he has 9 kids. I'm sure he has more. And he says something about what uncle died. I can't see that bit properly. There's some talk of an uncle dying, all right?
Yeah.
And then you say, exactly, his conscience and morals died. That's all. The guy was sleeping with multiple white women, prostituting himself, and they didn't know he was love scamming them. Really disgusting. He was sleeping with an ex-crackhead without a condom. Okay. And then went and said, I can only apologize for the trauma you've suffered. So are you separated for good? Good question. You say that means a lot. He says, don't feel no way if you want to meet or talk. I'm here as it is my blood, so I have to apologize. Let me try and find that one. Is that the one we're looking at here? Which one are we actually looking at? Anyone can see that screen. All right, so maybe it's the one after that. I'll find the right one, sis. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's further down this one. I can't find the one where he actually says that. So then you say, yes, we're done for sure. I'm not trying to get a disease or lose my mind. He says, Yardy love, with a smiley face. Yardy love. You respond, you laugh, you put some smiley faces as well. He says, don't laugh. That was what was sweet in you. You know it's true. With a love heart. So I've got to stop here because, sis,
Yeah.
people in the comments, let me take this off the screen for a minute because I can't show all of them. I'll put them up on Instagram if anybody tries to challenge me, but I don't want to have to, right? Is it me? Or is this the whole vibe of this thing totally inappropriate? Bearing in mind what the sister's coming with, she's talking about chopping, she's talking about being maimed, she's talking about the well-being of her children, and this man's making banter.
Yeah.
I'm even worse with it than I was last week. Really preying through this was, like I said, I just picked out one thing from what you told me, sis. I showed it, that was the end of it. But I'm really preying this thing this week, and I'm thinking, really? That's weird. Is it just me, people? I understand. So
The thing is that you make a whole safeguarding video, but you never done those steps with me.
with you, did you ask her? Did you go to the man?
No.
But he says, "Oh, the police were involved and whatever." But
No,
you see,
no, but
where
he
he got,
didn't know. He didn't know that the
but
police
he
were
didn't know
involved.
that at
So he
that
didn't.
time. So
And
why don't you
remember, he
answer
put
those
one of them
questions, Quentin?
questions.
You didn't know that at that time when she called you, when she messaged you. It was fresh.
I was
You
speaking
didn't
about
know.
cheating. Yes, Quentin. I'm looking at your comments. I was speaking about cheating.
Well,
Yes, but
we've
what
got
about
what
the
we've got the
beating?
whole conversation here,
The
right?
beating
And it's here
is the
in
most
black and white.
important thing.
It's here in black and white, so you can't get away from anything. So then he goes on to say, I mean, he makes a sexualized comment for when he says "yardy love," and you say, "I'm not trying to get back with him or lose my head or to get a disease or whatever," and he says "yardy love." You laugh about that, and he says, "Don't laugh. That's what was sweeting you." Do you know this man very well? Like that, you lot banter like.
Well, I don't understand. He's still coming with this lying narrative. You contacted me a month after the courts were involved. Stop the lies. I have
Oh my
not
God.
lied. I did not tell you about the police. It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with opinion about what your cousin did.
Sis, when did the police get involved, please?
August.
Right, but you didn't share that with him.
No, I just told him about what he did to me.
Right, because
Just
at
like
that
the
point,
message said.
you know the reason you wouldn't have shown that with him. I think I might have deleted those off to make space because when we were showing, go back to the live last week, people. There are
I just don't even
screenshots
know
of
what it has to do
messages
with
between
anything.
you and O'Keefe where you're trying to convince him that you're actually not going to go to the police this time. Remember?
Yes. There's
All right.
been
So
so
you
many
wouldn't have told
occasions
his
where I've
cousin
left it.
about the police at that time, would you? Of course you wouldn't.
Well, the thing is that he's pushing on this narrative like, oh, you're lying and whatever. I don't need to tell you if I'm going to the police or not. But what I'm telling him is still true. I'm still letting you know that your cousin is an abuser. It's like, what does it have to do with anything? Nobody lied.
Yeah, I mean, you go on to say until you found out it was he was an effing crackhead or whatever, and the other women bareback or whatever, that sweet has turned sour, and he sends like one of them squinged up laughy emoji faces, right? You've shown the old white woman's house. He says, "Is that your house?" You say, "No, it's the white woman. She sent me the receipts." He says, "No way." You say, Imagine cutting grass for a white woman bare feet like a slave." And then he says, "Did she think she was in love?" And you say, "Yes, 5 years he has been effing her. So I think she was under the spell. He does black magic, by the way." And he says something like, "Sure, he wasn't working and fell asleep." And it just goes on and on and on. Lots of other stuff, lots of inappropriate stuff as far as I'm concerned. And then he says, like, you go on and you saying, back and forth about the same thing. And then he says, "This is like EastEnders." Well, it might have been entertainment for you, Gwenton, but it certainly wasn't for this young sister. What are you on?
I'm just trying to see
My head's too tired. I can't just.
what's this got to
And then
do
not take
with your
responsibility for
responses
it.
to this.
Go on like you've got the moral high ground here. What the hell?
You made a video about safeguarding and what you should do. You didn't do that with me, and then you're saying I told you he found out about the police a month after. It's here nor by. Your cousin still done what he done.
This is your black sister. You should have acted like the uncle that you are. End of about police and safeguarding. And since when is anyone getting paid to be in the structure and the system with these sisters? Since when? And so what if all she cared about the race? Everybody knows that that's what the one thing that's going to kill a black woman off.
It doesn't
Like,
even
stop
matter.
it,
So what if
so
I said
what?
that it's a white
So
woman,
what?
Gwenton? It
Who are
doesn't
these
matter.
people?
This is the
I'm not in the
one
mood
thing
for
about you,
this.
Gwenton. You are focusing on the wrong things and you're in the wrong. So what if I called her white? So
Disrespectful.
what?
And
So
all of
what?
look, let's just get back to the last thing, which I think is actually the most disgusting. He says, you both have your children to live for. Everyone makes mistakes in life.
She was cheating with.
He
No, I
said
care
he
about
was
him
cheating on
hitting
him.
me.
He told me last week he was jealous because you had male besties. Everyone makes mistakes. Move on, but move on. Just move on. Everyone makes mistakes. He told
Yeah.
me actually that it was because you've got male mates and he got all jealous. There's some justifications going on there. What is it? Just
And
the way you
that's why I wrote so much back to him, because I was like, no, that's not
Yeah, you
acceptable. And
did.
that's when I dropped my number. He did
You
not
say
call
that's not
me.
good enough. That's not good enough. That's childish, and he could have given me a disease. It's not fair because I would never blah blah blah. And you go into the cheating thing, right? So
Yeah.
you definitely rebuttal on him, and he never answers you. There's loads of messages from you
He
after
never
that.
called me. He never called
No,
me. And
no.
that's when he wanted to come and message me when I was on the live last week. So
Unbelievable.
I don't
Unbelievable.
know. Like, Gwen, what are you trying to say? Just like, I wouldn't send for the messages if I was scared or caring about me saying that the woman was white.
Right.
It
I'm
doesn't
sorry, but there's
matter.
no way that you're going to be able to lie if we're looking at your own hand, Gwenton. It's not a lie. It's a representation of what you said.
No, Shasha, I didn't want him to do anything. I didn't think, oh, I want him to do anything, or I was thinking I wanted to let him know. And that's
It's
what I
not
made
like you're
clear
doing
in the
anything. You
message.
don't have to. Sorry, sis. Sorry,
Because
you
no,
answer.
Shasha was asking me a question.
No,
That's
you
what I
answer it.
wanted to
It's
let
just
him
that I'm
know.
quite passionate about it now because you shouldn't have to be back on here. You should be doing your downtime with having to tell your story last week. But you're on here defending it against this man that I'm starting to wonder if the man has got learning difficulties or something, because I don't see why he's still making the same mute point.
No, what it is that Shasha's asking, what did I want him to do? It's not a question of that. It's a question of just telling him. And that's
Because
what I made it
he's
clear.
running with his narrative. You don't tell her that it's EastEnders. You don't tell her that she wanted Yardi Kaki that was going to sweet her. You don't tell her that, I'm here if you need me and if you want to meet up, as if you're going to go for drinks.
I didn't tell his mom because I don't have the number, and didn't tell his baby moms because I'm not. You think this is sister wives or something? I don't have their details.
Yes, we know what the comment was about. Thanks, sister.
I don't have their details, Gwenton.
He's saying it was about the drama. Yes, EastEnders, we get it. The metaphor hasn't been lost on us.
Yeah, it's EastEnders. Well, okay,
it is
Shasha, it is
inappropriate that
EastEnders.
is
What do
to
you
call
want?
somebody's trauma EastEnders. He's talking about client work. These people, honestly, and you, Gwenton, you're the one who's going to get done for defamation if you keep dragging my credentials and my qualifications. You need to stop. And you need to stop running with my abusive baby father's narrative, because you ain't even really been around the man for a while. My children don't remember you for a while. They know you. But I asked both my children, they're like, I don't even know if dad talks to him, one said. And the other one said, no, dad ain't been around dad for a while. So stop calling up the man's name, stop begging it.
This is the thing.
And stop trying, because you were more on the ground around the time when we broke up all those years ago. Stop trying to bring the man's narrative because he wants to hide his own bullshit as to why we broke up. Do not tell me that I beat up my children. Do not tell me that I beat up my grandchildren, because I told my children that as well. And they're not very happy with you, Gwenton. You know what, Gwenton? I'm just going to say it like it is. You're a bitch. Brother, act like a man. Chess it with it like a man. Don't be going on like no yell pick me around there, because it seems like you love to draw them out with women and trace. If you ever see the way this man is styling me up in my things, I'm saying, but Kuya, it's one girl I'm dealing with now. I got to get my shit together. I got to hitch up my frock tail and get back at him. But I didn't. I'm going to show his interaction with me in a second, sis.
He's asking, please tell me what I was meant to do more than the police. Please
don't answer him in the live.
You made a big old safeguarding. You should have done that.
What you should have done was mentored the sister, mentored the brother, do what all of us do. Right now, I got my 17-year-old nephew living with me, who I picked up last night because he ain't behaving himself. He's smashing up his mum's yard and he's disrespecting his father. I didn't send him to services. Huh? And I've done that time and time again for family, for friends of my older children. I'm always taking someone in. That's me. It takes a village. And I'm sure it's come out of you lot's lips at some point when you want to take platforms or hustle and jostle for pots of funding based on your own community's trauma. Unbelievable people. And the reason they don't like me, my sister, is because I tell it like it is. It is raw, it is from the hip, and nobody likes the truth when it comes in their face like that. That's all it is. Running around, tracing with women in their DMs, yeah, fronting this sister that's clearly still traumatized. She chose to come on here. I did not give her that as an option. I say to everybody, what do you want to do? And invariably, I'm told, not necessarily in your cases, I've been to the police, I've exhausted double jeopardy, I've done this, I've done that, no help for me, Afua, and now I just want to expose the bastard so that everybody knows in the community what he's done, and we're going to know who's walking amongst us, and I don't have to keep seeing him at my family barbecue and the Christmas dinner table. That's what his time is up is about. So you see all those fake narratives, you know? All those fake narratives. The woman just told you what I'd done to support her. Quentin, if it is that you're challenged, my brother, you know, and maybe I don't know if you have a statement or whatever it is, but I think you've got a problem with comprehension. I really, really do. I don't know if it's your days on the roads, according to your book, you know, and if we're talking about authenticity, I'm not so sure when I look at you. I know an OG when I see one. You know, if it's that and you're punch drunk from all the beatings or whatever it is, but you've got a problem with comprehension, my brother. You really have. And it's just not going to be a one-way conversation. I do want you to come on. It's not your time right now. You know? It's unbelievable, sis. Let me just show a little bit of the second one, because I actually haven't seen this one yet. I've been told about it, but I actually haven't seen it. I want to show the second one that I was going to show on this channel. And seeing as you used my material, Gwenton, which I can strike you down for copyright. I don't think you get this thing. But let's just keep it toe to toe. I'll keep your video up and I'll show it to the world. And then you can keep mine up. Try and strike mine down and I'll take yours down and all for the copyright. Okay? Anyway. And you did it first. So this man he doesn't get it. He really doesn't. I could have taken down the whole of what you put up and I left it because I want everyone to see your bullshit. This is bullshit that you're keeping up, brother. It really is. Let me share the screen again. Hold on, sis. You there? You good with us? You still with us, sis?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just looking
Everyone
at the comments.
comfortable? Put ones in the chats if you're okay and you're all good. All right. Yeah. It's tiring, man. People are tiring. Well, let's look at what sweeties we've got involved in it. We haven't put the picture up once. We're not making any monetize. We're not making anything out of it. This guy doesn't know the law.
And
I
on
can see
top
the
of it,
crud out of him.
sis, you've never asked me for money. You've never asked me to
Thank you. That's
donate
another bit of defamation.
ever.
Tonight,
Yes.
have you seen?
One idiot.
I don't know how many of you watched that, whatever they call it, that program with Afua Rose, not her real name, but yeah. So I'm going to wait for a few people to join, and then we will proceed with tonight's show, which is an emergency show. We don't normally release shows on a Friday, you understand? But when there's an emergency, one has to push forward and do what needs to be done.
This is a show that's going to touch on defamation of character. It's also going to touch on dangerous practice and community members enabling dangerous people that just appoint themselves community leaders overnight because they've found the internet or social media. So I'm going to wait for a few people to join and then I'm going to get into it, because one thing with me is this: I support everyone that is trying to do the right thing, yeah? But because I have come from a background of safeguarding, what some people do on social media and online, I cannot behave in the same way. And I cannot also conduct myself in the same way. And I'm going to explain to you what that means. So tonight, after a long day at work, dealing with people in the community and just generally trying to help people throughout the week, I am then trying to unwind. And as I'm unwinding, I then have about 100 people sending me a link going, and what's going on? Why is she calling out your name? I'm not gonna, this is difficult for me. And I'm gonna tell you why it's difficult for me. Afua is Auntie Afua to me. And throughout this whole, whatever we call it, live, I'm not gonna allow her bad behavior for me to forget my manners, as she's an elder to me and she was someone when I was coming up in this game I respected. And even though she's gone a bit wayward and rogue, I'm not going to lose my manners and respect. So she's Auntie Afua, regardless. Her children are my family members and her grandchildren are my family members, and I love them dearly and they love me dearly as well. And what she done tonight was hurtful and it was not needed. I've seen her do things over the past, I think she's been on the internet 18 months. Over the past 18 months, I've seen her do a lot of dangerous and reckless things. But I've always had in the back of my mind that she's trying to do it for the right reasons. That's what I always thought in the back of my mind. I never once thought that she was doing it maliciously. And she even tried to show how balanced she was by going after her ex-partners. So it didn't look like she was being biased to others or just going after other people's family members. So before I get into her practice, let me clean up what happened tonight. Tonight, she went live with a young lady and tried to say that somebody came to me, the same young lady came to me and told me that one of my clients that I'd worked with some years ago, it's not my current client, just make that clear. He's now a grown man, but I've been working with this young person for many years. And when I've looked at her social media, because she contacted me about a week ago or 2 weeks ago on social media, she's got some more of my clients on her page, calling them her besties and my homeboy and killy and other stuff like that. So this is a young girl that has clearly been in and around with the young people that I've worked with in Southwark and Lambeth and other areas like that, because this is where she's frequents. And I saw this young lady about 5 months ago. She was loved up with one of my clients. I saw them for 10 minutes, about 1 a.m. And I've never seen her again. 2 weeks ago, I received a random, not from someone that was in my friends list, a random message from someone on Instagram saying to me, "Oh, your cousin." I'm thinking, cousin? Who's my cousin? And she went on, and after a while, I realized who she was talking about. But I didn't correct her that the person was my cousin, because sometimes, as men in the community, you would get young men calling you uncle or cousins. It's just a matter of respect. Just like Afua is my auntie, it's the same thing. She's not my blood auntie, but regardless of whatever she does, she's still Auntie Afua to me. And that's the same thing with me and this young man. You understand? Her other killy or bestie on her page would also tell her that I'm like an uncle to her or a big brother. That doesn't mean that the person's my family member. You understand? And we're going to pay a voice note from the client to clear that up as we go along. So the young girl contacted me and said to me, look, Gwenton, been having problems with my partner, and she said that she was assaulted and whatever else. There's a live case going on. It's in court at the moment. When a case is in court, you're not meant to be speaking about it in public. You're also not meant to be directly or indirectly contacting that person. And if he was really my family, she's indirectly contacted him by harassing me on social media. And we look at that, and if I tell the truth, and we need to speak up what it is, her biggest concerns was, apart from the assault, was the color of the woman that he was cheating with. And she was more upset that the client in question was sleeping with women that weren't black. And that was her biggest drive. She even sent me pictures of these women breaching their GDPR and their identity, which I'm sure she didn't know she's not allowed to do that. She then started sending me pictures of the client in the lady's house, which the both of them clearly don't know about GDPR and sharing pictures of individuals. And that was what she was upset about, not just about what she said, her being assaulted, but it was that he was sleeping with non-black women, and she was really enraged about these women that were non-black. And all I said is, I'm sorry to hear that. What more was I meant to say? The next thing you know, I'm up in court, a part of their charges. And this is something for the rest of you out there in the community to understand. If a case is not already within legal proceedings, then you should advise the victim or individuals making such complaints to go immediately and seek legal advice. You don't do vigilante or jungle justice, because then someone else could end up on another charge, or somebody could end up dead. And these are the things what people don't understand. And that's for Auntie Afua. She says she's a trained therapist. She's been saying this for years. I don't know where she got her qualifications from. But where is the safeguarding for this lady that came on tonight? You've now placed her at more risk with what you've done. Are you going to make sure that her and her family are safe after what you've done tonight? You've now practically jeopardized the lady's case by calling her on and having her talk about it in the public domain, and now defamation of character on somebody else that's not a part of it.
That's it. I've had enough, sis. I've had enough. Do you know what, sis?
I don't know why he thinks that I have a court order against me. It is the perpetrator.
Exactly.
Like, I really don't know if he knows how the law works. I've even clarified it.
He doesn't know
When
how
it
the
comes
law
to the
works.
Clare's law, the Clare's law police, I've clarified it. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not contacting the person that beat me. I'm allowed to speak to anyone I want to. I'm not trying to get through to him.
And I don't know if he knows, but you're not the first person that he's beaten.
Oh my gosh, there's scores of women.
Scores.
And nobody has taken it to court. Everybody has
You're the
dropped
one
it.
who's pushed it all the way, aren't you? Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to put the link out if he wants to jump on. And what, anyway, when he comes on, we'll see. And then I'm going to invite other people on if they want to chat and tell us how they see it. And I'm not going to accept any trolls tonight. It's not your time. Yeah, you had it a couple of weeks ago. One of you tried to come back on last week. It's not your time. All right? So you'll get a chance to come up in the comments. Keep it respectful, my brother. Otherwise, I'll kick you off. And we're going to hold a proper reasoning. First, we need to talk about the situation with the sister. And afterwards, we're going to talk about me and you, Gwenton. That's what we're going to do. So come on, if that's what you say you're going to do, let's do it.
Yep.
No problem. Yeah, they always try and silence us. While we're waiting for Gwenton to come on, I just have to play that video again. The video that is in Instagram. Yeah. I wish I could link this to Instagram so it goes live at the same time, but it is on Facebook. I just want to play it again because I need to play it again, sis. Hold on. While Gwenton's coming on.
Hi, Maya. I wasn't expecting anything. I didn't have anything in my head. I was just trying to tell his family member.
Yeah, uncle, exactly.
I was just trying to.
1 minute, sis, 1 minute. Yeah, I just needed to show that again. That is the right boy. We're pretty certain of that. And when his picture does get released and his name does get released and whatever, I want to see if there's 438 of you apologizing to me on my thing. You lot just couldn't wait because the little Johnny thing got sorted and you kind of had to melt back into your caves at that point. They just couldn't wait, could they? I just think, wow, is that how they're going on? I just think to myself, what? Like, honestly, you see that and you just think to yourself, seriously, there's some nasty people out there. Before you guys go and clean up on a neighborhood and do what we're trying to do, you're on here trying to hate on me. You see black people, they're crab in a barrel mentality when we're ready. You race of cowards, you race of imbeciles. I'm going to play that actually while we're waiting for Gwenton. Yeah, I might try and find that. Let's have a look. 1 minute, sis. Gwenton ain't coming nowhere. I don't know why he's taking his time. He should have got on by now. The link's out there. Do you not know how to work it, Gwenton? Maybe, sis. Perhaps that's what it is. I'll give him 2 more minutes and then we'll crack on because I've got definitely a lot more to show. I wonder if I can find it. No, it's too long.
Sorry, I'm just looking at this. I can't.
You're looking at what? Comments. I know the comments are hilarious. I always watch them afterwards. I don't like to look at them too much, even though I'm supposed to when it's all going live. Yeah. No takers, Gwen, and I'll put the live out again. You've been itching to come in, it says. Yeah, where you at, Uncle Gwenton? But Gwenton, really and truly, I need to ask you, come on, bro. I need to ask you some questions because I need to ask you why you think I'm your Auntie Afua. Maybe you were admiring from a distance or whatever. Number 3, you look way older than me, brother. So if you're younger, then life hasn't been kind to you. I swear you got to be older than me, right?
And he's also lying about in Killy. I don't write that. So I didn't.
Well, I already know that Gwenton spins the narrative. So seeing as he's not coming on, let's Let's see if we can do. I'm gonna wait for him. I'm gonna wait for you, Gwenton. Yeah, you might have been admiring me from a distance when I was around Viv and whatever, but I didn't really notice you, brother. I really didn't notice you. I don't know Gwenton like that. He makes it sound like we're bosom buddies and my children are your family. What part of us is blood, Gwenton? My children are not your family. My children are not your family. Stop spinning that narrative and talking rubbish out here. They're not. I've spoken to them. They don't see you like that. Maybe when they were little, out of respect, because, you know, we raised them, Viv was the same, that when they saw their elders around us, it could be friends or family or whatever, you say uncle. Maybe that's gone to man's head because my son and daughter they don't know what you're going on about. I've showed them everything, Quentin. They're adults. And they were laughing at you. My son was, especially. But anyway, but he did tell me off as well because he hates me being on here. So that's the truth of it. But he was laughing. It is comical, brother. Why are you not here? What is going on? Sister. I long to get back to a decent intellectual conversation on these lives because all of it has just been foolishness. Apart from obviously the
very
cases.
What point he's gonna really stick on, but the points that he's making in videos.
Gwenton, why aren't you on here? You're saying let me on the live. You're in the comments, chatting rubbish, doing doing the most, Gwenton. You've put out 2 videos, bro. Come and state your case if you have one. You can't just stay in the comments. What an idiot. Next time he pipes up, can you not block him, please? Because he's just here to play games. And you do play games, don't you, Gwenton? Let's have a look. Let's have a look, people. All right, I'm going to do the same thing with these uploads that I only just uploaded just now. So basically, we did the live last week. There's a lot of screenshots. So we did the live last week. Let me see which one's which, right? We did the live last week. And when I came off the live, I don't often go into my comments. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Who's Chan? Let's have a look. Chan, you better be serious. Who's this? Hi, Chan.
Hello.
Nessa British.
Hello.
Hi, hello. Can you hear us? You're live, sis.
Yeah, I can hear you. I've been listening to it. I listen to you all the time.
Okay.
I'm so disappointed with Gwenton.
Can
you hear me?
Yeah, can you turn your volume up a little bit? You're a little bit low, sis.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're a bit muffled and a bit low.
Just bear with me.
Is it just me, guys, or is it a bit low? Have you got earpiece in, sis?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can everybody else hear, sis? Put up a 1 if you can hear, sis. Good. It might just be at my end. I don't know what's happening.
I'm just ringing to say how disappointed I am with Gwenton.
No, you're muffled, sis. Are you on loudspeaker or are you on a earpiece, sis? Hello? Oh, man. Jump back on, sis. We lost you. We lost you, sis. Jump back on. Jump back on, sis. All right, let me show these screenshots while sister's getting back on. Jump back on, sis, and we couldn't hear you very well. So please, please, please jump back on. I want to hear what you got to say. All right? All right. I think they might start from the bottom. Hope I've done them right.
And so I was listening. He said that I was harassing him.
Yeah, well, yeah. Go ahead, sis. This man, he likes a bit of Jack and Nori. He likes a bit of Jack and Nori.
The messages are there. It's not like I have his number, you know, and he could say, "Oh, she's been verbally harassing me. She's been calling me," or something like that. Everything that I have is what you have, sis. I've sent it to you. So where's the harassment in that? He's trying to. He's a proper. He sounds like a proper narcissist because you're literally talking about things that are not true. It's just not there.
So, sis, this man is accusing me of harassment, of defamation of character, the amount of untrue, nasty things he said about me, yeah? Have you heard me really cuss him off like that? I've just said to him, come on, brother, do better. And the more that he's pushed is the more that he's getting on the tongue, yeah? So he thinks that he can come up in my DMs, yeah? I have not even added him in the post. I have not directly contacted this man. More than 2 incidents of this kind of contact that he's given me constitutes harassment. So when I'm finished, Gwenton, I'm going to report you to the police. And I think you're going to find the tables will turn very quickly in terms of your rhetoric, because you're talking cack. You're the one that's off key. I'm allowed to respond to you. You contacted me first. This is fair use. This is fair play. Just like you've done your live, it's a critique, your videos, and it's fair play. I'm not going to try to take it down. I'll just leave you to get on with it. And I'll even show it on my live so you can get more traffic to your thing and more views. You know, not that you need them. You've got a great platform. But I'm not interested in all of this. I'm just here to make sure that sisters who have not had a voice for how many years in their lives are represented in our community. Because if it's man like you, Gwenton, there's no protection or vanguard for them at all. You're going to send them to safeguarding forums. You're going to send them to Marak as if they was any victim that you work with. And why do you
never
think
even done that?
Yes, I have to say to him, because he's not going to come on. Why do you think that you have the handle on safeguarding practice and best practice and whatever goes on in the community? If I'm older than you, I've been doing this a lot longer than you. I've been a safeguarding lead. Chat, you're rubbish. I had him and some, I don't even know who this chick was. Hey, but you couldn't have, because the police and whatever. You see how illiterate they are and how inexperienced they actually are when it comes to Marat boards. The police, for the most part, tend to be the chairs on Marak, yeah? And especially when you're dealing with London. But you see, when you get up into the counties, it doesn't always go that way, yeah? I was heading up a domestic violence service. I had IDVs and ISAs under me and everything. I was a service manager. People like me also can chair Marak, especially up in the counties. But I have to come on there and justify myself. I don't need to. That's why I don't answer those questions. I worked hard, and I'm currently undertaking a master's. My dissertation is going to be about men like you, actually, Gwenton, who are too coward. You run up your mouth behind the keyboards like a little keyboard warrior. You come in the comments with your bag of foolishness, and you don't come on when you invite yourself. The bravado of these people. Yeah.
And then he's got the cheek to lie and fabricate. And there is he can't even back up his lies.
Can't even back up his lies. Hasn't got one. That's what I said to him. You're saying, like I said to Rare Talks, I'll say it to Gwenton, come with your receipts of how it is that I've beaten up my children and my grandchildren and all this stuff. Because I know where you got the narrative, Gwenton. And I'll tell you one thing. I'm a July girl, like I keep saying. I'm a Cancerian. So I keep everything. That's why I've got a big loft. I keep everything. Yeah? What people have forgotten about, I've got it in my life. So I can come with WhatsApp messages. Let's take it from now till back, because for far back as I can go, there weren't no such thing as WhatsApp. Text messages, letters, all manners of communication do I have to back my talk when it's coming, when it's talking about the person you get your sources from or your information from, the source you get your information from. Gwenton, you can't face me. Enough man like you cannot face me. Rare Talks won't come on air. Respect with his rat up self wherever he is on this entity doing his foolishness. You better take back your talk, because it's the little boy who killed the girl, and her sister confirms it. You see it though. These are the types of men that we have, sister. But let's look at how Gwenton really plays, because he's a snake. He's a snake. I will try to take this. You're going to try and take it down, but guess what, Gwenton? It's going to go in my members' lounge. How about that? How about that? Let me try and start at the beginning, sis. 1 second. Got to turn the camera off. Right, so you got this guy trying to build up this narrative. I'm going to read it again. I'm just showing you guys all of it quickly. And I'm going to read it from my Insta, because this guy, I might have to read it from here. It's just unbelievable. So I'm trying, God, I don't think I downloaded everything. It's about 15 screenshots, so it's a lot of stuff. And it's just too much to show all at once. Hold on. So this man was in my DMs, right? For days. Saturday morning I woke up, Saturday morning I woke up and I did not, oh mate. Saturday morning I woke up and I saw this man in my DMs. Sunday I woke up, I saw this man in my DMs. It wasn't until I think around Monday that I decided to answer him. That's harassment. I didn't answer you because I just thought this is a bag of foolishness. What is he actually doing here? Right, let me try and find him. And then I'll read them out, people, because when you see what he's trying to build and the narrative he's trying to build, it's just unbelievable. It really, really is. It's slippery, it's slimy, it's off-key. Find this brother. Oh, hey. Thought he could... Maybe I got the wrong one. I don't know. I don't think I have. He's deleted all the messages. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you, Gwenton? You don't know about screenshots. Oh, we can get to some of them. Just don't want to go too far up. We can get to some of them. So basically what's happened, people, is that the man has started to DM me saying really nasty, horrible things to me in the comments, in my DM, sorry. And he's trying to follow a narrative. So I haven't answered him, remember? He's saying you're broke. Let me see if I can find that one there. Right, that's me. What's that, sis? Oh, sorry, that's my bad. My end. So he's trying to draw me out, as it were, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so he's saying to me, you're broke. If you wanted money, we could have given it to you. All of this really derogatory stuff. But in the public face, he's telling people that he respects me. No such a thing. Right, I'm telling him what I've just said to you lot there. And I say things like, you know, I've got all this correspondence that goes back decades that can back my statements. And I said to him that, you know, you're giving me bitch vibes and I hate kind of feminine energy from men like you, yuck. It's that kind of back and forth, right? He's put, I think that's the beginning, actually. Oh, fuck, you know. I think that's the beginning. That's a different one. Sorry, that's not even to do with this. And I don't know how it got in here. So let me just get rid of that. So I think this is the beginning one. No, this is where I say to him, you don't want to go toe-to-toe with me, little man. How dare you threaten me? There's a reason Viv stays silent. You need to stop dragging him into your mess. And he's saying, I've seen the injuries you caused with my own eyes. What shit is this man talking? Mind yourself for defamation. Yeah? Because my children want to know as well. What a foolishness. I don't know what man spun to you, but you better be very careful of what you believe. You know? This man's going, stop bullying me. That's all I asked. And trying to get me killed. I'm scared. I've not slept since Friday. I cried all night because of you. If you wanted money, we would have given you a few pounds to get on your feet. This isn't the way to ask for help. Did I ask this man for anything? Do you see him building a narrative here? He's scared. He hasn't slept. He's been crying.
This is gaslighting.
It's terrible. Because nothing's going on apart from I say to him, oh yeah, what, you're telling me I'm broke? You're telling me I've beaten up my grandchildren? You're telling me all of this? Shut up. You're getting it from your little demagogue named My Man.
Mm-hmm.
He chose to, you know? Right,
I don't even know what that has to do with
about
anything.
you or whatever. But it's really bad if you wanted money. You're bright. You need to come on here and face me. You should stop bullying me. I said to him, you should stop bullying me. Yeah. Right, here we are. You're causing me stress and alarm. I'm crying again. Please stop. Is this man looking criminal compensation or something? He's trying to set up a narrative here. And I've said to him, you should stop bullying me I never direct messaged you, not even a tag. And then he's put, I was having an okay day now. You've made me sad again.
Mm-mm.
And then I say, who's broke now and looking for compensation case? Is he all right? What do you know what? I think I've shown enough. This guy,
This is
people,
this is so childish. I just don't
so
understand how it's
childish.
gone from me being a victim of abuse to you being broke. Even if you was, imagine if that was the case. What does that have to do with this?
Wow. Wow. All of this, Gwenton, really, Uncle Gwenton. All of this. You're, nah, man.
Well, even if
Brother.
Akiv is not his cousin and he's saying
No,
it's not
he
his
said
cousin, it's
blood.
a
You want me
client.
to show this the screenshot again, sis?
But
He said
but
my
just
blood.
imagine, sis. But just imagine, sis. Just imagine it really isn't blood, and this is this they've poisoned each. So because they act the same, but
Sis, you know
narcissism.
what? He went from calling him blood in your private talks with him, right? He's saying, seeing as he's my blood, to going on a public forum and trying to pass the man off as an old client. I'm very sorry. This is deception. Is he your blood or is he a client?
Why is he, and he's saying that out of respect? You know, he was saying,
Even
yeah.
if you were saying it out of respect, yeah, nah, that don't wash.
I
You
just
really
don't understand why
You
you're
wouldn't
gonna
say things like
re-
young blood or whatever. You wouldn't say my blood. You would also, when you said, "I've got to tell you what your cousin your cousin O'Keefe is doing," he wouldn't say, "Oh, sorry to hear about that. Hit me up if you need me." He would say, "I need to make you aware that he's not my cousin. What are you telling me?"
I think
He
Gwen's
never
back.
denied that that was his cousin, and then he went on to call him his blood.
I
But
think
in
that
front of
Gwen's
the public,
back.
he's saying that he's an ex-client and trying to gaslight you to make you sound like some little dibby girl that chases after the bad ones.
Imagine.
He's out of order.
This is it. This is it, and it's not the case. And it's like, it doesn't matter who I told. You can't tell me, oh, why didn't you tell the baby moms? Why didn't you tell the mum? I came to you. That's it.
That's right. As a uncle character.
And it doesn't matter who I come to. I came to you.
They
You
say he's
didn't
back in the chat. I've just
safeguard.
seen Maya say that he's back in the chat and we was invited. Where were you? He's back in the chat. There's the link again, man. Because there's things we need to break down and explain, brother. You said you wanted to come on here. We're respectfully giving you that platform to come here and do what you say you want to do. But you're still here in the chats. Right. See, if you're not going to come on, Gwenton, are you coming on? Put up a one if you are and make your way. Because if you're not, I'm going to block you. You're not going to stay in the chats with all of this, not answering for the things that we've presented tonight. You understand? You're not going to do that.
She knew.
We've seen it in black and white that is your blood.
She knew he was not my family.
When it's in your own hand, get some advice.
Sis, this is what he wrote. She knew he was not my family from she thought my uncle passed. That's got nothing to do with it. No, this is how it went.
No.
O'Keefe said to me at Christmas that his uncle died and Gwenton and him went up north or whatever.
Thank you.
That's got nothing to do with anything. What is your point, Gwenton? You're really, really grasping at straws here. You're in the wrong. Simple as.
It's embarrassing, man. I never see a big man that can't even take even a piece of responsibility. This is not.
Just come on the live and say what you need to say.
Yes, Sister Rakaya. Bless up my sister. So I love my Birmingham peeps. They just cut to the quick. Yeah, they cut to the quick. What is he defending, Gwendolyn? Oh Lord. Oh guys, I can't control you lot. In the comment, I've got no control. I hope everyone knows that. The comments are free flowing. People think that I take things down, but sometimes they get close to the bone and the algorithm takes them down, but I don't take nothing down. Honestly. So Gwenton clearly isn't going to come on. He's going to stay and run up his mouth in the talks or just watch from the bushes. He doesn't want to get blocked. It's just pathetic. And all you're doing is showing how emasculated you are, Gwenton. It's quite sad. It's really very sad, my brother.
So from the comment, from when he said, "Oh no, I don't," you know, what uncle? And he sounded baffled and confused about it. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
that they're still not related. He
It
could
just
just,
means
he
that
lied.
he was probably telling lies that night and went
Yeah,
somewhere
because
else.
he was, it was up with woman.
And then
That's what it is.
he reckons he's got which you've heard, I haven't, a recording, a voice note of Akiv saying that we're not family, we're not blood.
But what's that got to
And
do with anything?
what's that got to do with anything? This is your black sister. Talk to her, engage her. What do you mean, what have I done for her? Well, I certainly haven't referred her to the marriage. She didn't need it.
You
I haven't
asked me all the questions. You
safeguarded
asked me all the
her.
questions, and you
She
have
didn't need it. I
video.
haven't got, invited her to go to the police. She didn't need it. She wants the community to know who this nasty piece of work is, who's got form as long as his arm for beating up women with. I'm telling you guys, it's just short of a Dylan Duffus what this guy's been going on with women. Yeah, we know this. That's who you're. I mean, it's like this guy's completely sidestepping the issue. Anyway, I'm tired of him now. I don't want to talk about him anymore, my sister. He's clearly not going to come on. He's clearly doesn't have the balls to come on.
Gwenton, are you
I
gonna
tell
come
you what
on?
he'll do, sis. He'll do what the rest of them do. He'll run up his mouth in the comments. Run up his mouth when
He's probably gonna make another video.
There you go. You took the words out of my mouth. So you see, I'm on him. But you can make another video. I've squared it now, Gwenton, and we won't be mentioning you again because it's not that important.
Because we're all here. This is the thing. It's like you're saying I'm a liar. You're saying I'm this and that. I'm clear. I am clarifying everything with everyone. So what's the problem? I'm not hiding. I'm
just realizing that the man is not very bright. I'm not even. You know, you were around Viv a long time. I don't think he'd entertain you right now. He's got way more cutthroat with his shenanigans, and he just wouldn't entertain it. How? Like, why is it? You say you're a writer, but you don't seem. Some people are all right on paper, you know, but they can't really articulate themselves very well. Sis, they don't have the double skill. Because I'm really failing to see how this man who's supposed to be a writer is just has no comprehension skills.
I don't really understand, you know, the narrative where you're mixing the lies with the truth. You're calling us liars. We haven't lied about anything. And
So
you're,
much madness
you're
going
adding
on.
spice, and you can't even jump on the live and say whatever.
And back your talk. Come on, come on the live and tell me how I beat up my children and my grandchildren. Tell me that.
All of this extra stuff. I just don't understand what is in your pocket. If from when you're not begging any victims or anyone at that for money, I don't understand how
and this whole
you being
narrative,
broke has to do with it.
I've brought you on here to traumatize you and beg you for money. I've never asked nobody.
Traumatized. You never nothing, not a penny. Not a penny. And you've always checked in with me.
It's in the description, you know, sis. If not, try search it out online, sis. For Maya, I'm talking. But yeah, it's just giving me feminine behaviors. And I think we're in crisis out here, sis, if this is what it is. It's a big man, should be settled down doing his thing. Maybe he's settled down.
I'm concerned if he's there advising and coaching people, and this is how he's going on.
What I'm saying to you,
people are going to be misguided.
Sis. I work with them every day. I work with these people. Yes, I am the one that disturbs the meeting. Yes, I am the one that ain't scared to tell the white ops manager or whoever it is how it should go for our people. Yes, I am the one that you look away from because you don't want to acknowledge my blackness because it might acknowledge yours in your white space. Yes, I am the one. Yes, I am the one that tell them about their underneath and take my bag and go home because I don't care about your job. Yes, I am the one. And I'll do that at the highest senior level. Okay? Yes, I am the one. They don't slap me, I walk. If I don't like it. So I don't feel the need to toe the line like these people. I really don't. You know, you should have checked in with my man. He would have brought you back up to speed. And maybe you've forgotten, Gwenton. You say you knew me. You didn't know me. You probably knew me when I was around Back to Black, around Viv. And I was doing a lot of poetry and supporting my black men and being quite very much in the background at that point, actually, within Back to Black. You know, I was becoming more prominent as I got older in that. But I don't remember you as I got older. You was around in my 20s, probably. I don't remember him. I really don't. And even if it is that, you know, we've interacted with whatever. I've said it here once and I've said it again. I have a really weird idiosyncrasy. I lie to you not, right? I have a very strange idiosyncrasy, and that is that you see if you haven't made an impact on me, you haven't left something with me that is valuable. It could just be just your spirit. It could be anything, but you haven't impacted me in some way. Sis, I could have gone out to lunch with you every day, rolled up and down with you after work, did whatever. We've had a whole life together for like 6 months, a year, whatever. And if I see you 10 years from now, sis, I'm not going to remember you. It's really weird. And it's
Yeah, yeah.
him. So it is with him. So even if it is that I haven't seen him since I was in my 20s, when I believe he was around my ex, if it's more recent than that, you didn't impact me, Gwenton, because I really don't remember you. Stop begging it and making it sound like we're all Quabsy and family and we used to roll together and my children sat on your lap. What? If they did that when they were up their dad's weekend, then say that. Don't go on like your family to my children because you're bloody well not. And it seems to me that you like to claim family that's not yours then, if you're saying this guy's not family of yours. It's not going to wash. Like, even his excuses are really juvenile, really, they're just not very, they are not very trustworthy. They're
Why
not.
is even putting in
I
a
don't
video
think they're
about
credible.
I've got
I don't
clients?
think
He's
they're
got
credible.
clients on no, but Sissy was saying about my Instagram. Why are you pre-ing my Instagram? Why don't you just read my message? Why are you pre-ing me? Why
You
are
know
you
what?
looking at who's on there and who's not on there?
Oh, he did that? Okay. Oh
Well,
my
he
God.
said that on the video.
Oh, yes, he did, didn't he? He said a lot.
Yeah, he said, "Oh,
If I had time on this
killy,
live,
and this and
right?
that."
If I had time on this live, I would have broken down every part of that video. But even his drone, I can't take. I'm thinking, I've never read any of his books. I'm not sure what he writes. Again, I'm getting that through it. Just, I don't even know how I know that. Is it about gangs? Is it about, what is it about? Do you know, sis?
No, I have never.
I don't know. I might have to go and read one of his books and see his writing style. I too am a writer. When my book comes out, you'll see. But I'll have to go and have a look because I'm just thinking, wow, like he's not a great communicator. So
Clearly, he
I'm
doesn't want to
surrounded
even jump
by
on
writers,
live.
and I'm surrounded by writers and creatives and lyricists and whatever, and they think a certain way, like they process a certain way. This man, I'm thinking, wow, you've written a book, really? You don't seem like a writer, like a creative, really. To be fair, I'm not saying he ain't, and anyone can be a writer, really, but I'm just saying, like, are you a writer or are you a community worker? I don't know. He said he works with young people.
I'm really.
I don't know what he does, so I don't care. But all I'm saying is, I'm not coming for his credentials. I really am, because I don't know the man. I don't know what he does, where he went to school. I don't know any of that stuff. So I'm not going to sit here like he does and think that he can sit and tell me where I went to school. And not only that, his information is coming from a man that I broke up with. How old is she this year? 24 years ago, sis. 24 years ago. And I know none of you lot have seen me in the space in those 24 years. You know why? Because I dropped a lot of you out when I dropped him out. Because you're all a bunch of Charlotte and fake ass Negroes, and I don't have time for it. I was doing the other bits, right? While you lot were scrambling
And
to
my
get a little
my ex
mass.
had
And to even go as far as to go online and say, oh, she was more concerned about the colour. You see them?
so basically you're just
Oh, well,
analyzing what I
alive.
said to you, and you're just. But did I still abuse this or no?
I just I just think, don't advocate for black people then. Don't advocate. You know how our community, what the dynamic is. You know how our community is constructed. You know that's going to bun a black woman. But yet you thought you'd try and tell her so that you could try and make her look bad as some sort of racist. You see these coons and Negroes. I cannot
And
cope with
then
them. I
what
can't.
was it? It was with the. I don't. He accused said something. He said something to him that I forget. It's gone out of my head. But he say.
Thank you, just me, Fifi. I'm glad you said it. I was going to say the snow bunny thing and be a lot more crass. I'm tired. I'm in a crass mood tonight. But where's she gone? My Fifi said it absolutely as I was thinking it. Where have you gone, my Fifi?
I'm not really
Yeah.
understanding. You make so many videos and then
Afua Rose, yes, absolutely the case. Yep. And look, that's his prerogative. Let him go on and worship what he likes. But don't come and ride on our frog tail. You know how this community stays. There's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of trauma in our community. There's a lot of distrust for the white supremacist power structure. And these things hurt deeply. Yes, they do. And also what you've got is this whole narrative now with people cussing off black women, going on like we're absolute beasts. And we're just not even, I don't understand. Do you hate your mums? I mean, what is going on? So all of these things run deep. That is not your place as a black man to try to gaslight her for it and try to shame her for it. All you do is put a spotlight on yourself. That's what you do, Gwenton, and show us that you're not a brother we can count on. That's what it shows us. You should know you don't want to piss off black women, Gwenton. You don't want to feel the power of a vexed sister or all of us en masse. You don't want to feel that. Respect the sister. You clearly got no respect. You're here telling a bag of lies about me. You pick some off of some trolls. You pick some off of my abusive baby father. Vigamon has never put his hand on me, not once. But mental abuse, my God. And
oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Aki's,
remember he said to you, "Oh, I'm gonna speak to Viv about you, trying to gaslight you as well."
Mm-hmm.
So my ex had the cheek to bring up his name, and I bet he doesn't even know him.
He brought up his name to you as well, did he?
No, to you. Remember on
okay, yes,
the phone call, and then he tried to say it like he was threatening you. That was just
right,
I didn't
exactly.
get that.
That was so. Oh my God, that is what made me talk about this guy here, about Gwenton. But Gwenton's saying to you, he's met Viv, so that's why he mentioned him. Don't you lie. Father. Now, brother, tell no lie upon me, father tonight. As much as I can't stand the man. You understand me? Don't bother tell her. Sis, I don't deal with every. You see, if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I don't care who you are.
True.
Right? My ex is not my favorite person. Let me tell you that for nothing. But I'm not going to stand here and make you tell a lie upon the man.
Yeah.
Where are we going to meet him from? The only way we're going to meet him is if it's with Dottie Marlowe, who apparently has threatened to say I must take my name out of his mouth. Why would I? Why would I take your name out of my mouth? I can't stand a bag of them. I cannot stand the bag of them. And yes, tonight is a rant because you people just overcoming for me. And all I'm doing is just trying to get ahead and trying to serve my community the best way I can. Leave me alone.
It's true. It's true.
Leave me alone, man. You know? And like I said, look, we're used to most of it, sis. But you see Gwenton's little performances this week. I'm just completely I'm gobsmacked. I'm gobsmacked. It's all your own behavior, brother. It's all your own behavior. Nobody came for you, Gwenton. You were not on the radar, Gwenton. No one came for you. You've come for yourself. And we've seen this phenomena a few times, sis. And each and every time, they spring and act according to type, just like Gwenton, and just have some kind of, I don't know, some sort of cognitive dissonance where they can't accept the fact that they've brought their own destruction down on themselves. What's wrong with them? And if I could be bothered, if I was going to be like them, I would be definitely suing him for defamation because he wouldn't even be able to defend himself with this. He's an idiot. I don't have time for this. You can do me for being nasty, saying nasty words and swearing at him or whatever. You can never do me for defamation.
I don't know. Really, it's just it's not good that 2 weeks in a row this has been the same story, and it had to have been because he dragged it. He dragged it. Do you know what I mean? And he's just been unnecessary, and now he's not even jumping on. Just jump on, say what you have to say if you really think that you're in the right.
Well, like I said, we've clarified it from our end. You've told everybody what it is. That's from the horse's mouth. It's not hearsay. It's not second party, third party. It is you. And you're saying you feel perfectly safe. You illustrated to the people that you gave them an insight into the conversation I have with all the women that come to me, because they're there sitting and imagining, sis, that all I do is just get my rocks off to calling out fake people all the time. Like, some of these men as well are people I know and I hate, apparently. So I'm just doing this to be malicious. I know a lot of people, right? Wow. I swear we've called out over 200 men now. What are we, me, no man? If I'm to know
What?
people, right?
That's
I don't
a
know
lot,
these people.
sis. What?
I don't know these people from anywhere.
This
Blessing
is
God.
what I'm saying. 200.
Probably. I'm gonna start giving you like a panel and stuff, bro. How are you feeling, my brother?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Assalamu alaikum, sister. So yeah, I'm just listening. What's going on? I'm gonna say this, man. That guy that you went ahead and put on video, I don't care to know his name. He sounds like Julia Child, man. You know that lady that does that, Julia Child? You never heard of Julia Child? She did a cooking show back in the 80s.
I'm gonna have to look her up. I don't know Julia Child.
Yeah,
Is she
she's from
Yeah,
England.
sorry. We're British. No.
Is she
No,
Jamaican?
she's British.
Oh, she's
Julia
British.
Child, she's
Oh, wow.
British. Yeah,
Why do I feel like the name rings some sort of bell?
Julia Child. She does a cooking show.
Julia
I mean,
Child.
she passed away like back in like 2002, I think. She was old, but yeah, he sounded like him old. Well, he sounded so
Oh my God,
effeminate.
this is so old. Like black and white old.
Yeah,
No, I
Julia
gotta share
Child,
the
man.
screen. I gotta share the screen. I have to hear this.
You gotta hear her, man. That's how he
Don't
sounds
worry,
like.
guys. We're going to be back to serious stories and cases next week. But you
He
know what?
sounds like
I had to
he's
say something, man. I had to say something. Oh my God, these people, they put themselves in it, honestly.
exactly. It's like he sounds so weak. Like he sound, you know,
And I swear he's older than me. There's no way that man is younger than me.
he can't be. He can't be younger than
He'll
you.
never be younger than me. I think he's getting my age mixed up with that of my ex, because he's 60. You see
He's
it? So
probably the same age as your ex.
he must be. Why does he look like that?
I mean, but that guy was just talking a lot of garbage. I was just like, look, I'm in the U.S. and I already know you're talking garbage, my guy. Like, really? Like, come on, man. Like,
He wants
none
me
of
to
any.
send all the sisters to services, to white people services, which we know they don't always get, a fair crack at, especially in this country. But he wants me to signpost all the sisters to the white system, and there they will get their healing.
Right.
Yeah. Because none of
No,
us
that's
are
not gonna work.
within best practice.
That's not gonna work. I mean, he's there's a term that you call someone like that in Brazilian Portuguese. It's called palmiteiro. That's similar to calling him
Palmiteiro. How you
yeah,
say it?
palmiteiro.
Palmiteiro.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, palmiteiro.
Palmiteiro.
Yes,
I can't get
palmiteiro.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah.
That's like saying a coon, basically. So yeah, man, like, dude, like you sound so weak. I'm sorry. Like, really? Oh,
Let me
you
share this.
can get
I
people in
have to hear
trouble.
this.
Like,
I have to hear this. You're not easy.
he sounds like Julia Child, man. When you hear Julia Child tonight before you go to sleep,
I really have. Let's listen to it together. Hold on. Mute up everyone so we can hear it properly. Just for the time.
okay.
Yeah. Julia Childs. I never heard of this woman. Hold on. Oh, so she's got a state dinner going on there, or coq on vin. Well, that's an old dish.
The new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium
I hate these things.
on the UK's best network.
Here's our main course. This is broiled steak with all the trimmings. The first course is aigo buido soup. And the dessert, temple de glace à la martini.
What is wrong with my people, man? You people are easy at all.
Didn't he sound like her? Told you.
Oh my god.
Sound like Julia Child, man.
Like you people ain't got no behavior out here. It'll stop.
Sound like Julia Child, man.
I'm done. I'm so done. Honestly.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
For real, Maya, yes, he is in hospital. The brother's in the hospital. Brother. I thought they were discharging you today because everyone can see you're in hospital.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm in the hospital, no worries. But guess what? Even in the hospital, I'm still putting in work.
Yes, you are. Indeed. Indeed.
I still take time out for my peeps because you my sis. So
Yeah,
I gotta go ahead and I gotta represent with you. So
yeah.
but these men, I'm sorry.
You see what the
But don't
brother
worry, we're gonna resolve all that though. We're gonna resolve all that. That's for sure.
Let's say, bro. Say nothing. But I don't understand why brother's not getting the concept that she moved to you as an uncle. She looked at you as an uncle and you should have dealt with her as such, but he wants everyone to get all professional. Why? And when it's needed, there has been cases, we've had several cases, Malik, where sister really hasn't got any support whatsoever. She's willing to move, because that's another thing as well. You can't move a woman if she doesn't want to go, right? And we've made sure that they get to places of safety before we do this live. It's standard. It is standard.
Right.
This man wants me to, I don't know what he wants from me. I'm all about safeguarding. Because you see, when they get their little position at Mass's table, that's it. They've arrived in their world. Look at me. I run my own business. I'm not in that life. I can't cope with it. I don't do all of that type of stuff. But I'm damned if I'm going to look down on my nose at my brothers and sisters who have been left with no other choices. When we are articulate people, when we are educated people, my motto has always been, as an articulate and educated Black woman, it is my duty and responsibility to advocate for those who are less educated and articulate than myself. I've been saying that for 30 years.
Amen.
That's my rhetoric. And that's all I'm doing here. I've always been consistent. Nothing's ever changed. Do you understand? You've got these fools over on the other channel right now doing what they're doing. Because they saw me after my 10-year sabbatical, after my jail sentence and all the rest of it, and I came to look at where I could mentor and be of value, and I saw these young bucks trying to ting, they think I arrived just then. But it just shows their ignorance and how young they are in the space. You see what I mean? There's a lot of jumped up little egos, and I'm hearing that respect without saying my name, but I'm going to say his name because that's what we do. We don't hide and talk. Is trying to drag this post as well, but he'll see that it's the little sister, and let's see if he takes back his talk, because none of them have got the integrity or the humility. All right, you know what, Gwenton? I was going to treat you fairly, but I'm just going to kick you out, brother, because I just think that you've got no integrity. You've got none whatsoever. You're sitting in there laughing. You've got learning difficulties, brother. I think that's what it is. And if you've not been statemented already, I think you need to actually go and get a test, because something ain't right with you. I think you're tapped. I really do. These are serious matters. What is it you're skinning off your teeth about and thinking it's okay to just sit? What is wrong with this guy? Come on the live and defend your thing. Put him in timeout, please. Paula, you're the right person for that. Just bad him up. Put him in timeout. He doesn't deserve to be treated well. Not here.
Gwenton is the guy that was on the video, right?
Gwenton, your conduct is absolutely appalling, Gwenton. You are a big, long-toned, grey balls man. Fix up yourself and behave. Sick of them.
I'm sorry. Wow.
I'm crying for like 2 hours. I swear, I can't. My eyes are burning.
Should never come for us like that. We said what we said. The sister has a right to feel the way she feels. You did not support her. You didn't. Defamation like one idiot. You're a fool. What's wrong with this man? Defamation. You couldn't even say the word right. Defamation. Listen good when he says it. But this man is one mono out here. I want half idiot.
He said defamation. What's defamation?
I want half idiot this. Rotted all this. You know? Really, guess the reason they don't like me over here. Well, Afua was too crass. Afua tells people about their bomber clots. Afua tells people about their underneath. You know, they're the kind of people that cook soup and call some of the ingredients cho instead of cha. The kind of people we're dealing with. I've got a sister like that. That's where I got that one from. Cho.
Oh boy. There's some weak characters coming out with their own platform. You know what? Anyone that has access to the internet can now have their own platform and just talk all the garbage that they want. And that's the problem in our community, because everyone wants to go ahead and they want to go ahead and just talk gibberish out on the internet and have no basis for, or no type of strong evidence to go ahead and prove what is it that they're proving, to prove their point. And they're just doing it for clout. They just want to hear themselves speak. That's all.
It's either they do it for clout sometimes. I don't know what you think, Guess. It's either they do it for clout or it's done to cover their dirty deeds. It's
of course.
Bravado to cover your dirty deeds, or it's just simple crap because you're a complete narcissist, a megalomaniac, and nobody can't chat to you. That's what it is. And then
exactly.
what people love to do: deflection, projection. Everything they're guilty of is what they accuse you of. But we see that with Hungry Belly. Toxic femininity, as if she invented the concept. She's so fake. It's unbelievable. I understand why she was still in kinder prep or wherever she went in bloody Jamaica. We done out those subjects a long time. It's not new. It's really not new, you know. But here she is, kind of like she invented it, and projecting her toxic femininity on the rest of the world. It's just, you just can't make it up, can you? You just can't make it up.
The state of affairs is sad.
Black, stop giving me his oxygen. Thank you, Wax Black. It's true, because he does seem to be having a good night tonight. He's enjoying himself. You know, he's having a bit of a jolly, isn't he? Really. I don't have to get back on track. Like, people need to understand. They need to stop dictating how I run my team. And I've never really claimed it like that. Other people usually say it for me, isn't it? Let me see. Let me just go back to this. Yeah. Gibberish. I used to love that word. His time is up. People are not easy. You guys are not easy. Sometimes I think I just sit here and you lot just do the comments. I don't have to say anything, honestly. Quentin must be salivating every time he get mentioned. Please, can we stop his oxygen, please? My patience is wearing thin. Yours and mine, especially like I'm raw. I've still got, I did what I had to do, stayed up all night, and I submitted that today. And tomorrow I have a presentation. So when I come off this long ass live, all about the black, you guys killed me. You can cry for another week now.
Watch tomorrow morning. Big hot piping hot video.
Listen, Gwen and man, you make me have to sit on your son and I'll take you prick it, my brother. Bro, did you see the narrative he was trying to build, where he was trying to go on what he wants to do is try to get me into trouble and try to create some sort of narrative. He's deleted all of the messages now. Why have you done that? Because you've probably shown it to someone, or maybe you tried to do it and the people have told you to go about your business because you're the one harassing me. Telling me about I beat up my grandchildren, that's defamation. Telling me about I beat up my children, that's defamation. Telling me that I'm broke, not only is that defamation, it's also bullying and gaslighting. Telling me I'm this, telling me I'm that.
That's slander to the first degree.
And
that's slander.
All I say back to him is things like, get a life, laugh your face, What's the matter with you? I see you're running on your demagogue's narrative, and then I go into one about the demagogue and how abusive he was, coercive and controlling behavior and all the nines, right? And then he starts saying, "Why don't you leave me alone? Stop bullying me. I haven't slept. I was in a great mood. Now I'm sad." No one even speaks like that. Is it just me?
No, it's not just you.
Like that. Do we say we're sad? We don't use those terms like that. I'm really sad, especially as a man. I don't think I've heard that. It wasn't in context. Like, of course, we use the word sad, but you see in that interaction as two people of this ilk from our community, no one speaks like that. I'm afraid. Who's trying to say that I've put someone's address up, right? But you cannot find an address on last week's live or this live. So I don't know where he's putting that narrative out. He's trying to say that as a result of his picture going up last week on the live, not in the Hall of Shame, that he was jumped the following day. Well, you look very fine to me when you're sitting out in the park in that ethnic looking shirt. You know what I'm saying? You don't look like you've got a scratch on you, mate. Like, seriously. If you're going to start telling lies and building that kind of fake narrative, at least let it be plausible and believable, my friend. Unreal. And when I say to you, after you put out all this stuff, I say to you, say what you got to say. Come with your receipts. It's like when Hungry Belly was trying to say, I don't have a relationship with my son or whatever. That my son that nyam out my pot every Sunday. Say what you got to say. You're entitled to. You have a keyboard. You know, you can hit the live button, but come with your receipts. Come with my son. Come with my son. If you're going to mention his name, they can't. They can't come with my son. They can't come with my so-called police report that says that I've got cocaine importation, whatever going on it. They can't because it doesn't exist. Can't do it. All they do is run up their mouth in the comments, take loads of videos, take their time out. It's your, you know what? Your current, as my dad would say, it's your current, your electricity. Sis, I'm going to put the link out again if anyone wants to jump on. We're just chopping it up right now. I'm not even in the mood for a live today. I really was actually going to cancel, but because of the deluge. Yeah, thank you, Paula. Stop coming on my page and trying to tell me what to do. Thank you. My team's always telling me this. I thought, don't let them come on your page and tell you what to do. Like when that silly girl, what's her name, came on. I can't remember. Melissa came on.
Yeah.
By everyone, you should have never given her that platform. You should have never left her on there. And I heard all of that. Like, they got my back. They're trying to safeguard me. But I didn't see anything in it. They were the people that were saying that I never give anybody a chance to talk. What I wanted to illustrate and to demonstrate is that even when I do give you people a chance to talk, because I've done it loads of times before Melissa, you people come out with a load of cack that you can't substantiate. And that's exactly what she did. And then she accused me of being angry when actually what everybody got from you was this seething, underlying, unresolved, passive aggression. Oh my God. Oh, we're a people that needs to look in the mirror, man, and look at ourselves. He who is right sin cast the first stone. Enough people have posted the post that I've posted today because the sisters put it out on TikTok, but only 438 people are coming through because it's Afua, the girl they love to hate. Links out one more time. Thank you, Paula. Thank you for that. It's exactly the case. So let's stop it. Leave me alone so I can just crack on and do what I got to do. After you were children for me, I'll be dead soon. Then you lot can get on with it without my commentary. You know what I mean? Yeah, brother Malik. But sis, I think, how do you feel? I think we've safely presented that Gwenton he likes to tell the porkies. He likes a bit of a Jackanory, doesn't he? I mean, look, he writes fiction, so I think he writes fiction.
Yeah, he's telling. Yeah, he's just trying to give out a narrative of me and you lying, but he's actually lying. There's stuff that he said in his videos that is actually
Complete
complete lies.
Complete fabrication. How do you even sleep at night? And then you're still in the comments doing what, bro? Does it make you feel better? Does it kind of in your head convince yourself that you're vindicated being in the comments? You get vindicated if you can come on here with a compelling argument, and clearly you
Yeah.
can't.
Yep.
Nothing that he no points that he made are actual points. They're just
They just
grievances.
run up their mouths. They don't come with receipts. We've shown all of your WhatsApp messages. You can't deny it.
Yeah,
Can't.
like no one cares about your grievances. We're
And you
dealing
can
with the
try and
facts here.
spin it. You can try to spin it, but anybody with half a brain is going to just see it for what it is. It speaks for itself, those things, right?
Yeah,
This
I
man,
think everyone can see it.
sis, you know the bit that hurt me the most is when he said to you, "Oh, that was the Jamaican thing you was looking and it sweet you."
Imagine,
Oh
like
my
I'm thinking about that
God.
when I nearly lost my life. How many times?
Well, right, and where is our moral fabric as a people? Why is it appropriate for him as an older man? Well, you know, you're quite a young girl by comparison. You're quite a young girl, sis, right? How was it appropriate for him as an older man to come and bring them little loose argument to you
I know, like that was like it
in your
wasn't even
moment of
hurtful.
trauma?
It's
What the
true.
hell?
It's true.
It's a loose argument.
You know, if
And to me,
imagine if I just said, "Oh, he cheated on me," and that you could try them little stupid jokes, but from when I'm saying that he done what he done to me, the abuse, that's a different thing. It's
sis,
inappropriate.
you even went on the second message, my sister, to drive it home some more. Yes, Gwenton, bad, really bad. Man never picked up on it. He's asking you questions that are random. Oh right, I never
Oh,
knew you had
I
children.
didn't know you
At
have
that
had children.
point,
So you're just there pre-ing my Instagram for what?
it is crazy to me. These people want to stand up and go on like they've got backbone out here. Like they really can. You know what? I've been given some really disturbing information from people that were at this little girl's vigil in Croydon and whatever. And I was invited to speak. I was invited to do all kind of something down there. I didn't want to go because I knew that it would be the normal shit show. And I saw the whole thing play out like this when Stephen Lawrence died. Saw the whole thing. Same sort of similar players. We're all over it. We were close to the family in those days, you know? We were part of all of that. All of that. Stephen Lawrence stuff. From the riots down in Eltham to the inquiry at Elephant Castle, we were part of that. We walked with it, right? So you see when little jumped up upstarts going like they invented nothing around here, it actually just starts to get in my claw, especially when they think they can keep selling for people. You understand? And doing it subliminally. We don't need to, but we don't need to go on no corner. We say it like it is, and we say who we're talking about. We don't need to do all of this bitch ass stuff.
Yeah.
So the report that I'm getting is that our community leaders was behaving like media whores down at this visual. This is how they were getting on. The report that I'm getting also is that the youngers in that child's family were a bit soft. But yet we who wasn't there are being fed false narratives. And I'm going to pick up on more of that next week because I am literally, as we speak, exploring and investigating the efficacy of those claims. I don't doubt the person who's told me. In fact, it's more than one person. I don't doubt the people that have told me. I wouldn't, but I need to get to the heart of that. If that's the case, yeah, you see, Brother Malik,
Yeah.
they need our teacher up in there. I'm telling you, man. They need our teacher, my brother. Doesn't look like anyone's going to jump on, and I'm just going to stay here and rant and probably just drop asleep and not do what I'm supposed to do after this. Any parting words, sis? Here we go.
No, I'm happy I clarified everything, and that's
Good.
the end of that. No more about this
Let's
rubbish.
put a line
Put
under
it
it,
to
sis.
bed.
It's getting boring now.
Yeah, I'm even bored. A year from now to do the case, so
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
can
Mario
continue
Dog. I
to be
think I
supported.
remember this. Yeah, absolutely, sis. Mario Dog, you're gonna have to go way back in the lives to actually see the story around that with me and Forever Family. I used to be a part of it, brother. I think you're the Birmingham brother, aren't you, Mario Dog? I think. Pop a one if you are, bro. Yeah, it's a long story, my brother, but you're gonna have to kind of go back. I'm not gonna tell it tonight, and it can't be told in a few words. So, yeah. So I'm gonna start mentioning him, and I won't mention yours. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Unless I'm calling you out and your face is in the Hall of Shame, please leave me alone.
It's simple as that.
People are saying Gwenton's moving like he has and they've got a pussy cat emoji between his legs. I'm coming off live now, people. The two bad behaviour, I can't manage you know. I really bloody can't. I can't manage you lot. And I'm so tired. I gotta go. Sister, you know we'll catch up offline, my sister. You know we will.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Let's go out on that high note on the 2 weeks. We have to take him and take him at Precky because he's acting like a chief, and that's it. You guys might be too young to remember that word. He's acting like a proper chief. That's how you're going
Right.
on, like a chief.
Mm-mm.
Do you know what I mean? A dweeb, a jerk, a chief. Just a choice leg, my brother. You look tired, and we're gonna go now, bro. You proper look tired. Yeah.
I'm not tired. Far
I
from
know
it.
you're a soldier. You can operate with like half a leg or something, but that's not the point.
I can run on 1 hour of sleep a day.
Oh my god.
Just 1 hour.
That's not
That's
good for
it.
you, though.
Nah, I know that's not good for me now.
It's not good for you.
It's not good.
It's really not.
But hey, I just gotta say, you know what, sister? You know, you put in the work, and a lot of people are they're just upset that you're putting in the work, and you're attempting to clean house, and instead of helping, instead of assisting you, they're trying to hold you back from cleaning house because they're afraid that their dirt's gonna come out eventually.
I think
You know, whatever's done in the dark comes out in the light eventually.
Yep.
You know what was the dreadest thing though? When I went on that page to see that they were tagging James English. You see how bad mind and red eye these people actually are. What's all that about? That's what they did. As if James would care. Do you understand? Man's a proper soldier. Now I've met him. And he's a proper soldier. And he's been through enough of this shit of his own. So I don't think he's going to care what you people are saying. He made his choices to interview me. So, but can you see the mentality? Can you see the Negro mentality, right? They're gonna run
Right.
the English because they want me. That is about, and I would wager that was Hungry Belly that done that. I don't know who tagged that. I know there's fake accounts and whatever, but I would wager that it's Hungry Belly because the level of envy that was in that one action, you could just see it. Why James English? Why is that even relevant? Right. Because you lot think it's something, isn't it? They think it's something. Do you know what I mean? And that's why they went for that, because they thought, oh, a bit like how they went for the Black Awards. Any sort of thing that they perceive to be up there or an accolade, they're going to try and drag it down. It is pathetic. I sleep good in my bed at night. I really do. I sleep good in my bed in the knowledge that all the bad guys that I've ever called out are truly bad guys. And anybody after that, I don't treat bad around me. That's why you don't see week after week people from my private life up in my comments cussing me off like a dog. They're not here. Bro, they're not here. Why? Because I don't deal with people like that. Never. Not in my life. So these hungry bellies that are just first class, see you next Tuesdays, and then they wonder why all these people are going to come and say the same thing about them. It's a joke. Right. Absolutely. So, bro, you go get some rest because you know you need it. And I'll chat to you afterwards anyway. Sister,
Yeah.
Tomorrow, okay? Run up, Benny.
Thanks, sis.
No worries, sis. You know, one of my biggest Achilles heels is when people tell lie on me. It really, really is. It's one of my biggest Achilles heels. That's when you're going to see me coming out proper feral when you tell lie on me. Do anything. Don't you know what I mean, bro? Do anything because I'm a woman. If I fucked up, I'm going to tell you, yeah, I fucked up. And what? You never fuck up before? That's what I'm going to
Right.
tell you. Anyone who knows me in my life will tell you that. You say, yeah, man. It is what it is. What do you want me to do? I'm not a pick me. You can't beat me. You're not my dad. So there's no need to lie. But when I see that these big ass grown ass men, a few of them have done it good. Enoch, I lied on me. This little rat boy lied on me. A few of them lie on me. I can't have it. And that's when you'll see me start to kick off with this lying thing. How dare you? And now Gwenton's coming lying on me as well. If you ever want puffer fish. I'm gone. See you later, guys.
All right.
I'm gone.
Bye.
Malik never caught that. I know it. Did you catch that one, Malik? You didn't
Yeah, I
catch
caught it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like.
I'm in too much of a mischievous mood tonight. Bro, I'll catch you up after the live, okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Sis, I'll call you tomorrow. Blessed love, people. Brothers and
Bye.
sisters, thank
Thank
you
you.
for
Bye.
being brilliant the way that you
Bye,
always are.
everyone.
Brilliant. All the regulars and Gore. I can't even see everybody right now. All the regulars. Bless up, people, and I will see you again next week where we will be back with a very serious case, actually. We're going to be back to normal next week. You know, every so often we have these little outtakes where we have to deal with the nerds and the idiots in our community. So we're back on job next week. People, have a wonderful weekend. I'm definitely going to be doing that. I am as proud as punch right now, as much as I'm tired, because you know, young Blue, I nearly said her real name, young Blue there that you hear as the title tracks for these lives has graduated with honors. My baby. Oh,
Nice.
she's graduated with a first. We're all going out to
Good
celebrate
deal.
her. So that's what I'm going to do.
Congratulations.
Thank you, my sister. I'm so proud of her.
Congrats.
Lovely.
And
Congrats.
yeah,
That's so
yeah.
good.
Black excellence.
I
That's what
can't
I'm
be doing
talking
that,
about.
man. Exactly. So
No, definitely not.
she just like what's this now? 3 down, 1 to go. So we just got to get
Good.
baby Afua through, and then that'll be that. So yeah, that's what my weekend looks like. You probably won't see me in the DMs much, if at all. And I shall see you guys next week. Blessed love, people.
All
I'll
right,
see.
sister. We'll talk offline. Salaam alaikum.
Walaikum salam,
Bye.
Aki. Blessed love, sis. And there we have it, people. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so, you know, like I'm one of them embarrassing moms. Like, it's my daughter. Oh my God. And she gets really embarrassed and like, Mom. But I got to big her up, man. That child, you know, and her thing was like 4 years because of the extra, I don't know, what do you call it, upskill that she was doing. So she's qualified in interior architecture and design and also UX and UI design. I have no idea what any of that means. I know the interior architecture bit. And she got mad with me the other day because I was asking her if she knows anybody that can build like apps and websites. And she was like, I've just got a first in this. My family don't recognize my skills. I was like, calm down. I just don't get the world, the whole technological world. But anyway, I could stay here for another hour going on about how proud I am. Blessed love, my people. Enjoy it, whatever you're doing. Just remember to stay true to yourself. All things will come out in the wash. Blessed love, people. Blessed love.